Merry Christmas, you guys. Welcome to the stream. Whether to a Heather Before Christmas stream. I the docket tonight is gonna be, I guess, like her shorts and then her lives, and I do not know what to expect really at all. It'll be a Christmas surprise for all of us, unless you guys have seen some stuff before. The only thing that I think I saw this week. Actually, okay, so she did do something crazy this week that I remember that I was like, oh my God, I never want to see that again. She did some trailer to like her Instagram page or her whatever the fuck she's doing. And it showed the termination of the twins. And I was like, I didn't need to see that. Wasn't trying to look for that. So now I'm scarred for life. Other than that, I'm not going to show that. But I don't know what else we have in store. But hello, everyone. Hello, Simon Says. Hello, Sparkle Jump Prop Queen. How you guys doing? Salty. It's been a while since I've seen you on the stream. I hope you're doing well. Michelle, great to see you. BCG is in chat, guys. Wish her getting well. I think she's feeling better now, but still has the COVID, I think, right? So send her your wishes. She's been taking a little break there. Still uploaded onto the channel though, so if you guys missed a live, you can still catch it there. Tina Marie, how you doing? Mud Pit, great to see you. Mission Squirrel, great to see you as well. 44 Under, good to see you. Cheryl, Curtis D of Montana, hope you're doing well as well. You're all here. Skeleton, TD. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I guess I'm a little late, just a little bit late. All right, so yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry Dominicus. I said it wrong. I know you told me how to pronounce it. I seen actually on one of the streams. It was like the end of the stream, and you donated. I didn't get to thank you because I had already ended, but thank you. I don't remember when that was, but thank you very much. Yeah, so I got Heather right here. So this is like, we'll do her stories first, then we'll do the lives. I think that's how we usually do it. We only got like 10 minutes of stories from this whole week. I might have missed a couple hours here and there, but I don't think so. Am I having a stroke? I might be having a stroke, guys. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I was doing something nefarious there. For show. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Look at this. Look, we got like nice snow in the background now for Christmas. Wow, we're not going to use this at all for this. Maybe for the smoke break. Also, we can't do anything. We can't do any fancy music. They got the music, guys. I don't know how they did it, but they got the music, so I can't do any of that. But yeah, let's get into this. This is from the beginning of this week, and I'll go to the end. And then I got 3 live streams. So one is like 20 minutes. I think one is 50 minutes, and then one's 10 minutes. So all in all, we got like 130 minutes. We got an hour and 30 minutes of Heather content for you today.
Influencers, can you guys tell me what is going on here? Maybe I'm an old mom and I just don't get it. What the heck is going on with these chamoy pickle kits for $30, $20 to $30 on Amazon for one snack that's really like 10 snacks all like
chamoy pickle kits? I don't know what that is. It's what? I've never heard of these. It's like you chocolate pickle, caramel, but peanut butter pickle. That's fucking pretzels. Okay, maybe that's the wrong thing. This is the never mind. This is the pickle kit. And I don't know, it's just a red thing that you put a pickle in. No idea. Maybe you put your cucumbers in that. Maybe this is the future.
Like rolled into one. Yuck. And why? Can anyone please explain the appeal? Because I don't get it. It reminds me of that one drink that they're talking about all the time, that ice with fruit, with milk, with all sorts of stuff. What is that called? Oof.
A smoothie? I think she's just talking about fucking smoothies. I don't know, Heather. You're that's all the ingredients of a smoothie. So if it's something else, I don't know. So this is a preview. I don't know what this is a preview of. History has a funny way of repeating itself. The mind remembers the words, but the heart remembers how it feels. The mind can forget, but the heart never will. I was gonna say the heart will live on. I think that's a better thing. I don't know what all these things are. Make a snowflake ceiling in one room of your house by folding a piece of paper and what the fuck? Bake cookies. I think this is just all things that made Heather go crazy in life. Maybe.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Please excuse my hair and bare face. High peak sleeping pad for camping. Ultralight. Oh, I think this is her wish list. So she wants a high peak sleeping pad for camping. Ultralight inflatable sleeping mattress, the built-in foot pump, upgraded durable compact camping air mattress for camping, backpacking, hiking, tent traveling, and then a link. Please excuse my hair. Is she like? Let's see what she has to say.
To my sponsor, NS, I don't want to reveal your name so that people don't start asking you for stuff, but thank you so much. Here is that mattress.
Oh, okay. No, someone sent her a mattress. Interesting.
I really appreciate it. It looks really nice in the space. All things considered, it takes up 0 room and it's super comfy, way more comfortable than the floor. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you guys are looking for something like this for when you go camping, it's on Amazon. I can link it below.
I know a lot of people.
Oh, this is a George Bush quote. I mean, I don't know if she's using that sponsor thing, that affiliate thing that she was saying doesn't work. It'd be interesting. She was. I'm not really gonna look into it though. Serena and Amber, how you doing? Kelly G 88. Hope you're doing well as well. So this is George Bush just saying something that is very Heather-esque.
People want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
I am not a Democrat. I am not even a politician.
I don't know where that's coming from. You guys would not believe the shit they wake me up talking about. What the actual fuck?
I am a mom. I don't know shit about politicians or politics. I have no idea. I am not qualified to speak on it. I am qualified to speak on a number of things.
This is the 2:36 in the morning. Was someone like knocking down their 10th door being like, Heather Gillespie, we need you to, we need your political opinion on something right now. It's urgent. Get out of here.
Medical law and ethics, personal experience in parenting, coercion, extortion, abuse, surviving rape, surviving various other abuses, starting a business, starting a fairly successful small business.
So successful, I bring in 0 income and rely on NS to buy me mattresses and other people to buy my kids things that I'm not supposed to have contact with.
Writing blogs, curating, modeling, all that I will speak on all day. And there's tons more. Marketing, sales. What do you need to know? I'll tell you what I know, right? I don't know shit about politics. My fucking tent just needed to be hand dried. We're soaked. I'm exhausted. What the fuck?
What the fuck indeed, Heather. I don't know what that has to do with politics. I don't know, man. I really wish I had more context. That Mary Demonicus. I think that's it. Demonicus. Thank you for the $4.99. I want that dang Heather emoji. I think like you just gotta be a member. I made the like baseline membership, the one that I think I put the most stuff on anyways. I think it's only $1. Or like maybe it's $1.99 Canadian, but I think that's like $1 American. I don't know though. But yeah, that I don't know how to, if I could make them for like everyone. I wish I could, but that's a perk, a membership perk, I believe. Well, I should know how my channel works. Yes, that is a membership perk.
So now, just to not be a complainer, I'm very grateful I had a decent dinner. Thank God we still have electricity so that I could dry all this stuff. Thank God.
I thought you had to hand dry it. What the fuck? What are you using electricity for? This is like minutes later, by the way. It's still like 2 something in the morning. What are you talking about?
I slept like for a 4-hour or 3-hour nap before they woke me up with this bullshit. I've spoken with 2 of the 3 children, but Viviana only through text, which makes me so nervous because they're...
Why are you talking to your kids at 2:39 in the morning? This doesn't make any sense. And the same with her kid, my younger daughter. My son picked up earlier, so I saw him for a moment, but the girls had me worried as per usual. What the fuck? Is this has lots of all buns together with the politics. She's blaming politics for her kids not picking up at 2:39 in the morning. I don't fucking know.
There are tons of ways that you can sign into someone else's iCloud and text message on their behalf. And so when she doesn't answer FaceTime video with me, I get really paranoid. Like, is she even with her phone? Did someone take her phone from her? You know? So anyways, I'm gonna try to go back to sleep now. What the fuck? All right, good morning, you guys. I'm not feeling well. I was up all night. We have another night of water all in the tent. 31 weeks pregnant and several days. Intense back pain, contractions, and now someone is fucking with my money. So I tried to buy us some food, walked the 3 blocks, can't go, just any old time. You have to go get everything at one time so that we're not leaving our stuff. I have my kids' Christmas gifts so far in here, all of my belongings, as you guys know, and it's pretty safe. It's just you don't want to risk it or press the issue. So I have an Amazon package to pick up every single day from now through, I believe, Wednesday. That's Christmas gifts for the kids. There's a locker around here that I pick up from. I need the least amount of drama possible. I need all of your drama far away from me, please.
Did anyone give her drama this week? I mean, I just record stuff throughout the week. I don't know what's happening. I just turn off your phone, Heather. I don't know what you mean. Telling the internet, don't give me any drama. That's what the internet's made for, kind of. God, please help us. They are playing games again. Please make it stop. Amen. That was a prayer. 31 weeks pregnant. I can speak.
Do you want me to get foodie?
Yes, I'm starving.
Why can't Xavier just pick up the package if Xavier can leave to get food and then he can live stream and just be like, this is my life in the tent.
I never miss.
What was I gonna say? No, because I'm going with.
I won't go downtown. I promise you that.
I don't think Heather's very happy. She went to record and Xavier is talking to her about getting food and he's like, just let me go. I won't go downtown. I won't go downtown where the drugs are, Heather. I swear to God. And she's like, no, I need to go with you. And then this face is happening. I wonder what she came on to say. I mean, like, I'm assuming just this.
All right, you guys.
Oh, I guess that's the end of the clip, guys.
So we made it with all my paperwork to see the doctor, Gallagher. Look at how pretty. They have such cute decorations here. Xavier took a little clip of me inside the doctor's office, but we had to make sure there was no patients around for patient privacy, but just to prove that I was actually there, because you guys have no idea what these creeps have been saying about my baby and my other 3 kids, and it really gets to me sometimes. But I've been contracting if I walk more than literally like 3 blocks. I think they're Braxton Hicks contractions and that I'm not dilating. And they're not as intense as contractions that would cause the progression of cervical dilation. They're just very uncomfortable. They also come whenever I have to raise my voice at Xavier. So
maybe it's stress related then. What do you rate? What is Xavier doing? Xavier, where is Xavier? I thought we'd hear more piano. I think there is more. There is piano eventually. I think.
I'm trying to just take it easy and stay calm. But we're going to grab some breakfast and then I have an interview for a remote position. Okay.
remote position doing what? I hate when she just cuts her things. And there was one as well where it looked like it was a link to another clip. And then when I pressed it, it didn't take me fucking anywhere. It just took me to the page where there's no clip. So I don't know if she does that on purpose, but it's annoying not having a lot of thoughts finished throughout the week.
You were whispering though.
Xavier's right. You were whispering. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. That's the clip, guys. That's the fucking clip. I don't know what the point of that was. Problem. After waiting 8 weeks for an appointment with Dr. Gallagher, is that the one that you've been trying to dox and like tell people to harass her because she's not a real doctor and shit? For the monitoring of my pregnancy, my appointment was canceled with 2 days notice and no alternative doctor provided. I still showed up to the appointment this morning and was told the same thing by the front desk person, Brianna. Maybe you shouldn't have went if they told you that it was canceled. I wonder if it had anything to do with like what you're saying about this doctor on that. I don't know. Resolution per the front desk. I don't know what she's doing here. Per the front desk, that was Alexandria Henshaw would be calling with a new physician tomorrow, and she is out of the office today. I'm 31 weeks pregnant. I have complete and second trimester something rather. Hold on. Gotta go back a second. Whoa. Oh yeah, I would guess it would be over here. Second trimester ultrasounds and eagerly await answers. She ended on a good note there, guys. Regarding this. Okay, never mind. Good for autocorrect.
All right, you guys, now I'm going to tell you all where my education is important with regards specifically to topics like this. I'm not one of those parents that's always like, if you don't go to a 8-year college after high school, you'll never be okay. I believe in business. I believe in the trades and the crafts. So, but for this reason, I am incredibly grateful. My background is in healthcare administration with a focus on medical law and ethics. And you cannot terminate care from a patient legally without offering a referral to another doctor. Not an HMO referral, just a plain and simple, here's an appointment in the next reasonable amount of time. If the doctor cannot provide that, they are under law obligated to see you and provide you care until another physician can be arranged.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure there's more layers to this than Heather is letting on. Maybe they were like, yeah, we got another doctor for you for sure. And she was like, I don't want that doctor. I need a specific doctor because I'm Heather Gillespie. Why is the hairdryer back? She has a heater now. She just likes busting out the hairdryer.
So we will be following up on this and I will update you guys tomorrow. All right, you guys, Xavier wanted me to tell you, if you've noticed any of his artwork that we have been posting in a staging capacity for various small spaces, large spaces, residential spaces, business spaces, etc., and so forth, and you would like to use any of that art for any sort of merch, t-shirts, any sort of silk printing on blankets, or posters even, he is willing to send you the art for a donation of any size. So that's really generous.
She didn't show up to the doctor's appointment, even though she took the whispering video. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her to not showing up. I don't like track her that close. I don't know. I don't know, Heather. It just doesn't make a lot of sense when she tells her stories.
Of him. Thank you so much. And then we will release that digital to you without the watermark. So if there are any, I'll circulate them again right now. If there are if there are any designs that are catching your eye, we would love to do that for you. He's also doing custom images, just the image digitally for $10 from now through Christmas.
All right, so these are Xavier's art pieces. I'm just gonna let it play out here, but this is feet. I think he's got a thing for feet. I mean, like he had Heather's feet in his face the other day. This is more legs and feet. If I didn't know Xavier, I'd be like, is this a serial killer who cuts off people's legs and feet? I don't know what this is. This is Chinatown inspired mural by X. I guess it's this thing. Hold up. This thing here. Culver. I don't know if that's just a picture. It might be. And then we got a coffee shop backdrop, which is just pictures of, I don't know, but that doesn't look like Chicago. If that's Chicago, why does every place have like fucking palm trees? Mamma mia. Pacific Ocean Park. You buy this on a t-shirt and then you could hang it in your fucking real estate place and people will buy it. Pacific Ocean Park? I think that's what it says. I don't know. Pacific Ocean Park by X. Open space concept visualization. And then we got her trying to record a fucking phone call, I think, but it's not going to let you record a phone call. On an iPhone, at least, like through screen recording. So I don't know what the point of this is. It's just.
Okay, so I'm going to follow up the email with all of the proof and documentation about the doctor.
Got to show off the hand tattoo. He's got to show off the hand tattoo.
Visit stuff and all of the rest of that. I'm going to send to them also my Cash App info and see if anyone can donate. If they're not able to provide resources, maybe they can give like $5 each. Imagine if all of my 11,000 followers from this page and my 16,000 followers from the other page all donated $5, you know?
We could try to do another NFT post.
And then we could spend all that money on minting an NFT that is not going to sell. This is crazy. Xavier, you're a crazy man. And we could do another NFT post. What are you? You're crazy, man. That's what you are. Madonna has a cousin because Madonna's pretty crazy as she is. I was going to show you guys some crazy Madonna stuff, but then she deleted it. A PR person probably told her to delete it. But she's something.
So that's the plan for today, just fundraising. I have still some Christmas shopping to get done. I only got like 3 things for each child, so they need stuff. They need, clothes, shoes, stuff that their mom is supposed to provide. Duh. And then I have another payment coming in January, and I'm going to buy everything that I can for the baby. So we're waiting for Xavier's father. I sent him a bunch of listings. He has not responded, but he continues to tell Xavier that he's getting us an apartment.
Xavier's dad's not getting them an apartment.
Or if anyone wants to send us pancakes to the best original pancake house or a Denver omelet, that would be so great. A Denver omelet is American cheese, green pepper, onion, and ham. It's my favorite. And they serve it with breakfast potatoes. And Xavier and I could split it, and you could get pancakes.
There's Xavier's piano. He's playing the piano in the background
instead of
while she asks us to get her pancakes.
Toast, if you want it. The baby's blanket. I'm crocheting. From a production standpoint.
This is the thing. This is the thing that I searched for after, and it was not the thing.
From a production standpoint, think of the audio going on with 2 grown-ups trying to get dressed in a
and then it cuts. Guys. Being refused medical care, exhausted, miss my babies, tired of the unconstitutional, degrading treatment. I have tried everything. Please help. This was gone 4 weeks ago, but somehow, for some reason, came back mysteriously. Also in my left breast, very painful. Uh-oh. I don't know what she's talking about. I thought she meant like the baby disappeared, but it came back. I don't think that's how babies work. I think she means the rash. Oh, that's why. I was like, why did I have this in here? As of January 1st, 2020, recreational consumption, possession, and sales of cannabis products are legal in the state of Illinois. This website is your source of information on how this new law affects the people of Chicago. Is marijuana legal in Illinois? I don't know why she's showing this. I guess maybe people are giving her flack for fucking smoking weed when she's pregnant like Letitia does. Probably that. Oh, this is nothing. Heather posted this, but I just kept this in here because it's snazzy. Check this out. So, you know, like when you have a gas stove at the fire starter, the flicker thing makes this sound if you don't have the gas going.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right, on time. And here we go.
See, I thought that was pretty fancy. So that's all of her stories. That was all of her stories from this week. So let's get into the first live, which is at the laundromat. She's at the laundromat. She's like, I think I'll fire up a live stream here. We got, I don't know, something happening. The Dr. Phil playing in the background. Very fancy. I don't know if she says in here. How long is this one? Let me see. This one is 20 minutes. So after this, I guess we'll take a smoke break because the other one's like an hour and then the other one is like 10 minutes. So yeah.
What's up, you guys? So Merry Christmas.
It's really low. Can you guys hear that? Because I can't hear it. Let me get it pulled up here. Let's try that.
This week, or Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you guys celebrate. I'm huge. I'll show you. "31 weeks.
It's just fucking the arms, the crazy 31 weeks, guys. Who's April? Is April in chat? April from the Ninja Turtles? Trick it. Yeah, trick it. I don't know who April is.
And about 4 or 5 days. So we're very pregnant. Another request for shelter has been closed without placement or offering any sort of options.
I seen Xavier back there, but I missed the chance. Look, he's right there. He's right there, guys.
I was scheduled 9 weeks to establish care with Dr. Kristen Gallagher. As you guys know, I've been documenting diligently every physician, who's either refused me health care or done something else that's unethical, that was probably and could be tied into all of these other cases, beginning at the release of Dylan Smith from the IDOC, inmate number Y1217.
So it could be intrahepatic cholestasis of pregnancy. I don't know what that means. Doesn't sound good though.
7-3 in 2019. To say that I filed 100 police reports would be an understatement. Human rights? What human rights, right? So we waited 8 weeks for this appointment with Dr. Kristen Gallagher at Amita Health. The appointment was scheduled for this Monday, yesterday. Last week, Wednesday, I received a voicemail approximately 4 p.m. stating that someone from the office needed to talk to me about the details of my appointment. Called back that same night. There's no answering service. The phone number is not registered legally to any doctor's NPI number. So I got suspicious. My background, as you guys all...
Xavier. Good old Xavier. Is he wearing a scrunchie? No, I think that's a button. I thought he was wearing a scrunchie for a second. But as you guys know, I have a degree or something in the medical field.
I'll know is medical law and ethics. So I've been finding myself in situations where there's something nefarious going on. Wherever I'm funneled into, there's usually something nefarious going on. And I don't want to know, and I don't want to be a part of it. Unfortunately, this is just where they've put me. So I don't really have much of a choice. I show up at the appointment even though they left me that voicemail, and I called back several times. Friday, I spoke with a man, Josh, who claims to be the office manager for the practice. When I went in on Monday and spoke with front desk agent Brianna, she said that the office manager was a woman. So there's a lot of mixed signals going on. No one really knows what's going on, but they're not following the laws. So I show up for my appointment on Monday about 40.
Heather, who's been arrested, I don't know how many times. We did her rap sheet the one day. Heather rap sheet. Knows more about the law than I guess everyone else who hasn't been arrested that many times and upholds the law. That sounds accurate.
45 minutes early, 30 minutes early, and they say that Dr. Gallagher cannot see you today. And I say, well, why not? And she said, I don't know. Let me ask the office manager. And I said, please ask the practice manager what I should do. I'm 31 weeks and some days pregnant. I'm having contractions. I'm literally camped out within a few blocks of the hospital in case I go into labor. The city knows, law enforcement knows, there are a million police reports on file regarding these issues. I don't know what else to do, right? She says, hold on, let me ask. The front desk person, Brianna, tells her office manager exactly that. This patient is claiming that she's having contractions. You know, she's 31 weeks pregnant. This is a high-risk pregnancy that another doctor in the Amita family has labeled as high risk because of my age, 36 years old, and because of my current, what's going on in my life, the level of stress, the level of physical activity, the level of just everything that's been going on. And she wanted me to go to UIC, which is not going to happen. All of my friends and family live on the north side. I've lived on the north side or the north suburbs my entire life. Everyone in the comments who continues to say the things that they say in an attacking, accusatory, false narrative kind of way that interferes with me having medical care, I would love to be involved in all of these next conversations because this is really what it's about. After I receive the "you can't be seen here" speech, I start getting a flood of messages, most of which are archived. Half of them I've just deleted, claiming that someone is going to steal my baby, that gay people are going to put my baby up for adoption.
Someone's going to steal your baby and put it up for gay adoption? What the fuck is this? What's happening? Why would you delete messages? You'd be deleting evidence. Remember, we learned that from Jeremy DeWitt. When the cops came over to his house, and they shouldn't be deleting those messages. We need those messages. Stacy, how you doing? Aunt Stacy, hope you're doing well on this lovely. It's Friday. It's always Friday when we do Heather. I don't know why I fucking tripped out there for a second. But Merry Christmas. I hope you're having good holidays.
That they are working at Northwestern undercover. They're not real doctors, and that they have found people on the black market to pay for my baby. That there are
There's what? To my thing? Hold up. Nah, she froze. This is like download a copy of Instagram too, so I don't know how that happened. Some crazy hand.
I need to, same with the twins, give them my children off the record is essentially what they're asking for. And I'm freaking out saying absolutely not, documenting every step of the way, making sure my doctors are documented and everywhere I've gone is documented so that no one can come into the hospital and try to steal my baby as a newborn, right? I have had 13 open requests for shelter assistance. I've gone to every single resource for pregnant women. They have turned me away at every turn. And not only was this unlawful when it began in 2019, it's still unlawful today in 2023. And I still want to press charges against everyone involved, criminally as well as civilly. I've filed numerous petitions to get in front of a judge for many different reasons, both at 555 West Harrison as well as the Daly Center. Pretty much every 18th, 19th, Jefferson Park, Harwood Heights, Barrington Hills,
no, Moon is not TD. Moon has some good Letitia getting arrested clips, and she does live streams. No, TD and Moon are different people. She is spiraling big time, Angela. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's a baby, actually. Like, you guys think it's gonna be born on Christmas? It's gonna be a Christmas baby, or New Year's baby, not a Valentine's Day baby. I mean, she does look pretty big.
Lombard, Elmhurst, every single one of these area police stations has police reports on file from me, with everything that has gone on, all of the abusive measures and being prevented from having regular maternal care and all of these things. it feels like I am being held in a hostage situation. I'm not being permitted to take care of my family in the way I need to. I'm not being permitted to go to work and make my own money. I'm being forced to sleep outside in a tent on cement. The city's services that are in place to help people with homelessness are not responding, and this has been going on for 4 years. The first 2 years I had my vehicle, a newly paid off Cadillac CTS, so I slept.
I think she's even corrected Xander. Why'd I call him Xander? Xavier X. When he said, like, our baby, she's like, my baby. I remember being like, bruh, the one time. Also, she threatened to break up with him for wearing like a shirt someone sent him. It was like a Def Leppard shirt that was Love Bites. That was it. It's like, you're gonna wear that. You want me to break up with you if you wear that Love Bite shirt? And Xavier's probably just like, I just don't want to like freeze to death. I guess I'll put on a fucking sports bra and be called a transvestite then, huh?
In the backseat of that, I've obtained 21 jobs. 21 jobs. Cafe Oliva, Export, LA Fitness. The list goes on and on. I have them all. I also have checks from each job that I've cashed, and there are copies of each check digitally in my PNC bank account. So there is no shortage of proof as to what I'm saying. There's just a shortage of follow-up and a shortage of action in resolution. My home was taken from me unlawfully. I was thrown into the street, and I have remained there for 4 years. I have lived in Airbnbs. I have lived in the backseat of my car. I have lived in hotels.
So I grabbed this on December 20th. So 2 days ago. I guess it would have been Wednesday. She might have done it Tuesday. Like I might have got it a day later. I usually get them the day of, though. So I think it was on Wednesday this was. Is it playing tricks with me? Yeah.
I have never been homeless since giving birth to any of my children. I have always kept a roof over their head. My oldest is 17 years old. 17, 15, and 10. And I have been the primary custodial parent from the day they were born through the day of Dylan's, all of this nonsense taking place, the show Love After Lockup and all of that. As I've said numerous times, I definitely want to press charges. There are people going around slandering and libeling me to every boss that I've gotten since this show has aired, preventing me from continuing to work. I'll get 1 or 2 paychecks, and then all of a sudden the boss will call me into the office and say that someone called them and told them that I was doing fraud, or someone called them and told them that I was doing identity theft, or someone called them and told them that I was a thief, or someone called them and told them that I have a social media channel and that there are multiple bloggers dedicated to smearing my name and that it might get involved in their business. And these people that call me...
Am I a vlogger, guy? I don't think I'm a vlogger. I would never smear someone's business if it was associated with Heather. I mean, like, she associates herself with Target all the time. So I've never got after Target. I'm not that much of a Karen. Maybe if the Gal Sisters had some nice cushy sponsor right now, I might try to do something like that. I wouldn't do that, guys. That'd be too crazy. That'd be out of character. That'd be out of pocket, you know?
My bosses, they're manipulators, and they're skilled at giving persuasive arguments in favor of me being terminated. And then the bosses freak out and let me go. How can I support myself this way? So if I'm getting job after job after job, and I have a bachelor's degree credit, and I'm sending proof, letters of recommendation from the physicians I worked at Northwestern, letters of recommendations from patients that I've done home health care for or just home housekeeping for, and a very, very extensive and impressive resume. And I'm truthful about everything in every one of my channels. How can I be mad at these employers for getting scared? No, it's not the employers that I need to get.
You're not getting employed by anybody. You don't have any job skills. You don't have any references because your 22 other jobs, you weren't very good at them, or else you wouldn't have gone through 22 jobs in 2 years or whatever. This has nothing to do with people like criticizing your opinion that you put online. Well, not even your opinion, just your actions that you post online. You're just like kind of out there, you know? I don't like, let's say, okay, if I was a manager at McDonald's, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would hire Heather. I wouldn't care what her social media presence is. I'll just put her in the back. I'd be like, you can wash dishes. You can fucking just cook the fries. You can unload the truck. No one is going to cancel McDonald's for Heather Gillespie unloading a McDonald's truck. All right. I know she can't do it pregnant, but I'm sure they could find something for her to do.
Get mad at. It's the fact that law enforcement needs to find out who continues to make these calls to my employers that are slanderous, libelous, and preventing me from earning an income. And then they need to press charges and follow up from there with the state of Illinois. I don't work for the state of Illinois, nor do I work for any law enforcement agency. I'm a civilian. I'm a mom. I'm a mom
that doesn't take care of my kids.
I am being harassed and targeted. Police have had the opportunity for 4 years to make it stop, and they've figured out how. They have figured out how. You know how I know? Because it stopped for 6 months to a year. What goes on when all of a sudden the police forget everything that they've had to do for the past 3 years to keep me safe? Is it a budget issue? Are they running out of money? Is it someone paying them off in a corruption issue?
It costs too much to like do the Heather case, guys. You know that big fucking narrative we have on the desk back there? The Heather case. We ran out of the budget. It can't handle it. There's too much nonsense there. You want nuggets, skeleton? Like nuggets? Oh, like chicken nuggets? Not like nugs of weed. I have lots of nugs of weed. If you ever, I mean, I can't say that actually. I don't know if I can actually. Forget I said anything.
What is going on, and how do I get ahead of it so that I can give birth in a setting that's peaceful and conducive to a stress-free labor and delivery that's both healthy for myself and my unborn child? This is ridiculous. So this doctor prevents me care. I call non-emergency police. They have no idea what's going on. I call 911. They have no idea what's going on. I pretty much ask everyone the same question. Who do I file a criminal report for when a physician who is bound by law, federal law, has an obligation to see a patient, especially a pregnant one, and if she can't, has an obligation to refer care to another doctor in a reasonable amount of time? She is aware. I gave them a chance. I told them, you are aware that the laws in the state of Illinois, as well as federally, for terminating a patient are very specific. You cannot just let a patient go. You can't say, I don't like what she posts on social media, so she can't come in. If you don't like what the patient posts on social media, then what you do is you have an adult conversation with the patient. You say, hey, I noticed, I don't know why a doctor that's never seen me before would be monitoring my social media posts. That's a little weird in itself, don't you?
Doctors are very busy. I don't think any doctor would be checking your social media. Like I don't think they would care. I don't think they have the time. So this is just a scenario, Heather.
What do you guys think? But the fact that she was monitoring my social media and
no, people were probably saying like, hey, you know that this chick is saying to vet you and posting all your information all over her social media. So just a heads up in case people reach out to you or threaten you or something because this chick is claiming you're not a real doctor. And it's all like a nefarious plot for the gay people to steal her baby. I'm sure she probably got calls like that and is aware of your social media for those reasons, not because she's just nosy or something. I don't know.
And saw a post I made saying, this is my new doctor, in case anyone, is planning to try to rob me of my newborn baby, and any advocate that may be watching, this is where I'm going to go for care. Please have my back on this. I'm scared. I've also informed law enforcement. If anyone can run an MPI check on this provider, I have tons of friends that work at Northwestern.
Reach out to them directly. You don't make a fucking public social media post. I don't even know it. I don't know what the fuck she's even asking for. An MI fucking something check, and these are the eyes of a sane person, guys. Completely all there.
That have free access to those systems. I don't have to pay for it. I would have to pay for that information. People I know can run it for free at their desk. If anyone can check the NPI National Provider Index and make sure that this is actually a real doctor, her phone number rings to a voicemail box that says the voicemail box is full and you cannot leave voicemails. There is no answering service. This is an OB gynecology clinic. How do you not have an answering service? If I'm in labor and your voicemail box is full and you don't have an answering service, you must not be a doctor. There's something going on here. And still, nothing. So I asked the operator at 911, what do I do? I can't really move a lot. I'm limited in mobility. This is a high-risk pregnancy. I'm still too early to deliver. I contract, if I walk too much or get upset. Please advise me what I should do. I need to have some sort of legal record of this taking place to give to my lawyer. Not only because it's this one isolated incident, but because this has been going on, occurrences that mirror this one since 2019.
So then it wouldn't be an isolated occurrence now, would it? It'd be a pattern of behavior.
So the operator just sits there in dead silence, saying nothing. Hello? Yes. So you want to do what? Okay, let me explain it again.
Yeah, because what you say makes no sense, and that's like the nicest thing to say other than, do you have a lawyer? What is he doing?
Explain the entire thing again, calmly, rationally. Federal law states that if you would like to fire a patient for any reason, you have a burden of providing care until, for a reasonable amount of time, or until a new doctor has been acquired for the patient. That doesn't mean you send a pregnant woman who requires constant checkups to a walk-in clinic on the other side of town. That would not be an adequate reference, right? That would not be an adequate referral. You would need to find a doctor that's within a few blocks of your practice, Amita, Ascension. If it's Northwestern, there are thousands of doctors. And then the doctor would call on behalf of the patient and say, hey, I have a patient. For whatever reason, I can't continue to treat them at this location. They have mobility issues. Can you please squeeze them onto your schedule for me? And the doctors are like this with each other because they understand that happens. So when they get a request like that, they will 9 times out of 10, if the doctor is making the request, they will accommodate the request. If that doctor says no, the original physician still has the burden of coordinating that care. That is the law. Medical malpractice insurance.
I don't know if maybe she thought, like, if I refuse, I have to keep this Dr. Gallagher. Dr. Gallagher. I wouldn't fuck with Heather if I was Dr. Gallagher. I have better things to do than get wrapped up in all this. This is a pretty crazy mess.
Will not cover a physician who knows the law and chooses, to go against it. That would be out of that physician's pocket. So I give them all this information and I'm telling them, like, look, I'm a regular patient. I'm pregnant. I have 3 children. I'm very easygoing. If something happens with me clinically, I can pretty much triage and work myself up and give you all the information you need to give me the best information possible on what to do from here. I'm a great patient. If you can't provide me another doctor, what would you suggest I do? Well, they never let me get through to the physician. They send some customer advocate to call me. And as I said, make some reference to a free community clinic that doesn't even exist. They're not even real. And they're most certainly not going to monitor a pregnancy at 31 weeks pregnant. I'm not going to walk to the west side of Chicago.
I only do that to give the kids I'm not supposed to see junk that they don't need, all right? That's the only time I'll ever walk to the west side of Chicago, not to fucking birth another kid. I need drama for my fucking sponsors to send me money so I can get my weed and Xavier can get his fentanyl and we can have a great Christmas in the tent, guys. In the tent. Someone commented on one of my videos. They were like, I offered to get him a fucking hotel because I can't see a homeless person, like a pregnant on the street. And she refused and just asked me to send them money instead. So I don't know. I don't think there's something sus about that.
At this stage of my pregnancy and ask a free clinic to monitor me. It makes no sense. So that's what I did today, and we're in the laundromat. I waited, as I said, 8 weeks for that appointment, and they waited until 3 days prior to the appointment to cancel. So I've been monitoring this pregnancy in other ways. There have been a tremendous number of professionals who have been involved, who have been in receipt of the narrative that I have compiled with different case numbers and issues that I have with regards to civil and human rights. And I'm not going to go into detail on that here, but they're in multiple locations, including 3 area hospitals. I'm very eager to see what is going to happen. And at this point, unless every American citizen is, willing to just say, yeah, who cares? We don't need rights. There needs to be some tremendous amount of energy, given to these issues.
I'm sure every American citizen will rally for Heather's cause, all the problems she causes for herself, right? Need every single American on this, guys.
I mean, this is way out of hand. Nothing can be discussed away anymore. The civil rights, constitutional rights, human rights, where? You know, where? I have not had respect for any one of my rights since this began in 2018, 2020, 2019, I'm sorry.
I mean, others don't have respect for your right. You don't have respect for your rights?
What have I lost in this time? Well, I've been jumped and stabbed 11 times by 3 women with screwdrivers. No victim services rendered. I've been
We read that story before.
forced to walk for 4 or 5 days at a time, sleep deprived, and then sexually assaulted by force. All reported to law enforcement. I've been bludgeoned by a man and hospitalized for 5 days. Prior to
Was she hospitalized? I don't think she was hospitalized for 5 days. I might be getting that wrong now, but no, that kind of happened, yeah.
2019, I've never even so much as been in a fist fight. Never been a victim of any sort of violent crime, nothing like that. So there's definitely a trend here. Sorry guys, I'm contracting.
Contracting. That's why it's like
I'm just,
right now.
I can't take it anymore. You know,
I read this as hate bludgeoned. She was hate bludgeoned. I mean, technically, because the guy was like, I'm doing this for the Mexican nation, which I don't know where the fuck that came from.
need to do what the fuck they're gonna do or get out of my way and let me take care of myself. There is nothing wrong with me. Everyone perpetuating these false narratives in the comments, I want charged. I would like to press charges criminally, civilly, all of the above. So another FTR. Nothing has been done to resolve any of these issues. These are 4 years and counting.
She was in the psych hold for 5 days. Okay, thank you, BCG.
I miss my children. I want to get home to them. I've
Miss my children. Yeah. No, that makes a lot more sense.
not given my permission, nor have I been willing to participate in any of this drama. It's not my fucking problem. I don't want anything to do with it. My problem right now is the fact that I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy and doctors are refusing to see me. That's my problem right now. My problem right now is that people are following us, harassing us online and in person, stealing from us, raping us, beating us, you know, and this is a collective summary since 2019. So the last time I was assaulted was I was 14 weeks pregnant and I was asleep near the Gwen Hotel inside of my tent with a lock on the door, and a man ripped the whole entire front panel off of the tent and kicked me and stomped on my face.
I don't know if that's true. Have we even heard that? I think we must have heard that one. I thought she was going to talk with the cop. Remember, she said the cops assaulted her or something while she was on the yoga mat and the 100 mopeds and shit. I thought it was going to be one of those stories. Yeah, she's no snitch, Your Highness. She doesn't snitch on anyone, just fucking calls the cops on everything. I think she might have been, like, she said she's contracting, so maybe that's why she's, like, riding out the contractions, possibly.
I had an ultrasound at Northwestern to confirm that the baby was okay and he was fine. All of this is documented thoroughly. I need resolutions and I need them pretty quickly. Christmas is this week. I'm going to go drop off gifts to my big kids. We're going to take the bus, and we found someone who said that we could tie up our belongings near one of their personal spaces at the yacht club so that we could get on the bus, because unless we have that assistance, we can't even board the bus with all of our belongings. Still have not received any refund from Safe Store, who robbed me of $74. I paid for a storage for an entire month, and the following morning they revoked access entirely. $74. U-Haul down the street did the exact same thing. I paid for the storage. About 6 hours later, attempted to access my belongings and was
like, does she just plan on having the kid in the tent? Because I don't think that'll work. But maybe that's what she wants, because then she could do the Gala sister thing where they do that weird cut where it's like, it's your fault. It's all your fault. Because it'd be like, you didn't get me off of the street. You didn't give me my fucking hotel and all of that jazz. So now this kid's life is on your hands. That'd be fucking crazy. But like, it would track for Heather.
denied access. None of them have refunded my money. And like I said, this is just off the top of my head in this exhausted pile of bullshit that you've left me in. I have everything written down in great detail. There are lawsuits at every step of the way. I want to be with my children in my own home. I'm about to go into labor. If I have the baby today, then what? Then what? You know, the city has services in place that are not death traps for people like myself who don't have drug issues, who don't have mental health issues, who are good parents, who are educated, who are willing to work. Why are none of them being offered? And why are all of our resources going towards helping only people who have drug issues and mental health issues? What about the rest of us? You know, what about me? What about, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? And how do I, as I've said so many times, explain any of what's been going on to my children or your children? You think my kids don't go to school? You think that other kids don't catch wind of what's going on? You think that all of the hundreds of thousands of people that I've informed about this situation don't have family and children, and that it's not discussed? It is. So what do I tell my children so that they keep their faith in the United States government and the policing system and the emergency?
You don't tell your kids anything. I hope when you do tell your kids stuff, they just don't listen. Like, I'm sure that they're like, you know, it's sad. My mom lives on the streets, but try to help her. She just does these crazy things instead. I don't know. But if I were your kids, I wouldn't be listening to anything. I'm sorry. I don't think. If you ended up here, like, what the fuck advice are you gonna give me? All right.
Response system when they just see their mother in the street for going on 4 years, having done nothing to deserve it, not having a drug issue, being attentive and loving and caring, calling numerous times a day to make sure they're okay. How do I explain to my kids that this is happening? What do I say to my little children, 10, 15, and 17, to make any of this make sense?
Nothing. They don't need to know about this crazy choice you made in your life when you chose dick over your kids. Dylan's dick, you know, or love after lockup, fucking mediocre. What would we even call that? C-list fame? She's not a B-list person. It's not definitely not an A-list. Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of moms would probably have picked their kids over that shit, but I'm not a mom. I can't say. Oh, boop. Where is Dylan? Dylan? Like, Love After Lockup Dylan or Gala Sisters Dylan? Because I don't know where Gala Sisters Dylan is. Dylan from Love After Lockup is probably fighting with Marissa somewhere. D-list. Yeah, D-list is probably better. Yeah, D-list. Okay, so we're coming up in an hour. I'm gonna we'll do this quick smoke break because we got like an hour left of stuff before we're gonna wrap up the night. Let me get the next one queued up here for you guys. Oh, that's the button. I was doing like the TikTok thing yesterday, so everything's a little bit different. I think from what I've heard they are like being biggity, bouncing after being born. Yeah, I don't know. So yes, I will be back in like 5 minutes, guys. Let me see. We'll do like the classic music because the other music got copyrighted. So I can't really mess with that. We'll mess with it on another Jeremy stream or something. But yeah, I will be back. Oh, we got snow as well. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm back, guys. Look, I'm back. Let me get this off here. And I remembered as I was not doing drugs, that they're gonna have on the members, there's like a members only Discord, and we're gonna watch Birdemic for the Birds Knockout Birds movie tomorrow. I'll make like a community post about it, but I forgot to tell you guys that yesterday. So I'm telling you today if you wanted to do that. And yeah, practicing talking. I tried to. All right, so yeah, let's get back. I don't know what the fuck this is. She's looking big. Let's see what she's got to say. This is the hour-long one. Is there audio?
So today is one of those days where I was just thinking, what is it going to take for me to get my path back, right? My goals. What have my goals been? Well, for as long as I can remember, for anyone who's new here, I have 3 children, a 17, 15, and a 10-year-old. And those 3 children have lived with me from the moments of their birth through January of 2020, when all of this nonsense in my life began. The physical assaults and the rape and the throwing unlawful detainment and unlawful eviction.
Heather is like the creme de la creme. So I guess a couple new people here, never seen Heather before. Heather is something else. She was on Love After Lockup with this crazy guy who went to jail. Since that, she's just been kind of paranoid and crazy. She lost custody of all her kids. She's been in a whole bunch of legal messes and near misses, and she has this fucking narrative that's like the size of a dictionary that she goes and she prints off. She gets 10 free printouts a day, so it's just like constantly building this thing. She make it a coffee table book. Her boyfriend Xavier plays the piano in the background because you need a piano when you're homeless, and does fine art and NFTs. She's convinced that his parents are going to buy them an apartment. They're not. They've been out here for like over a year. And it's just, I'm probably missing some stuff, but that's like a brief synopsis of this lady here. It's like a female James Soroka. It's a little bit better at being homeless than James, I'd say. If you know James Soroka. If you don't know James, she's like Letitia as well. She's like a lot of these other guys, but on another level, you could say.
Which didn't even go through any sort of court system. Xavier commonly brings up, if you're faith-based, and is it all Christians who believe in God of Magog?
Yeah.
Gog of Magog? What?
If you're faith-based Christian, they talk about the end of times being when there will be law enforcement that is nefarious and fake law enforcement that kind of take over. And it's hard for me to put into context what I've experienced at times with that, but it's definitely been real. There was an instance I went live on my Instagram when all black unmarked cars pulled me over in Westchester, near LaGrange and Mannheim Road. I was leaving the Walgreens getting a prescription. I don't live in that area, but my children live closer to O'Hare, so about 4 miles away. My mother lives in the west suburbs, and I was living in the downtown area, so I would take Roosevelt commonly all the way down, or St. Charles all the way down. I would get off of 290 right there at those off-ramps. And it was my first time at that Walgreens. I was going through the drive-thru to fill a prescription, and they said they did not have the medication. And I got back in my car, or I, resituated myself to prepare to drive again, put my seatbelt back on, put on my radio, put my phone in its little, holster, because I'm always recording when I drive. So I always.
She describing the police chase in the car. I don't know if I can get that pulled up for the new guys. This was like right before she got her license taken away. She never got it back because police were trying to get her to pull over, and she just didn't she just went crazy, started videotaping other people, screaming for them to help. And then they just gave up. But then they came over to her door, like they came over to her house after, and I was like, nah, like you're getting tickets for that. You're taking your license. And yeah, if you're not describing that, she's describing something before her license is taken.
Have my phone on a little stand. And I turn on my turn signal. I'm doing everything right. I make a right-hand turn. I turn into the right-hand lane, headed east on Roosevelt Road, Roosevelt and LaGrange. And this officer pulls up behind me, and this is during COVID and also during BLM. Everyone is masked up. Every person has a mask on. Even the police were wearing masks. So I'm pulled over, and the officer is on one of those walkie-talkie loudspeakers and is saying, pull over your car and exit the vehicle.
Yeah, and during this recording, she's like, these are fake police. I don't believe these are real police. They just have like all this shit that police have.
You are in danger.
It was Jeremy DeWitt, guys. That's who was trying to pull her over.
And I look in my rearview mirror, and I go live. Boop. Right away, and I grab my extra phone, and I'm scared, and I roll my window down, and I said, I'm not going to get out of my vehicle, but you're welcome to approach my vehicle. And he ignored me, and we sat there a good 3 to 4 minutes. Now, if you've ever been pulled over on the side of the road for 3 to 4 minutes with an officer who has not gotten out or approached your vehicle, has not taken your ID, and has not told you the reason for being pulled over, those are a very intimidating and scary 3 to 4 minutes, right? So I'm sitting there awaiting for this officer to approach, and he says the same thing again. You are not safe. Pull over into the alley. And now Roosevelt Road is a 6-lane street. And it was about 5 p.m. on like a Sunday or a weekday, possibly. There was not a lot of traffic out. Usually it would be a completely different story, and you'd see that in the live. If it were really 5 p.m. In that intersection especially, there would be a lot of traffic. There was not. The street was pretty much empty, maybe a handful, 5 to 10 cars at most. I was scared. I looked around to see the alley that he was mentioning, and I thought, there's no way I'm pulling into this alley. You know, I'm sitting in my car that I just got done paying off, a Cadillac CTS. I was so proud of that car. It was a 10-year-old car. 10-year-old car. You know, it was a 2009, and this happened in 2020. But I was so proud of that car. I had just paid it off.
Wait, I don't remember this being like 40 fucking minutes. The police chase was 44 minutes. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. I found the clip, but she streamed for 44 minutes after. We've never watched that, guys. We might have to watch that one day. Expedia. I'll get it. I'll get the beginning shown for you guys. 44 minutes? Am I crazy? There's no way that we watched that before, right?
It was my very first auto loan through Capital One. I got a cosigner, and every payment I made, I remember thinking to myself, see, my cosigner was right to trust me. You know, my cosigner was right to trust me. And this may not be a big deal to a lot of you people, but for me, I had never, ever financed anything other than my college debt. You know, my college, those are the only I've never even had a card. So I'm sitting there in this Cadillac, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror at this officer, and his face is covered, and everyone around me has their face covered with these COVID masks. And BLM is an issue. People are commonly being reported to be getting carjacked, dragged out of their vehicles, either at gunpoint or knife point, or just, you know, based off of, you know, screaming at them or terrifying them in some way. And news is even covering that. Major news outlets like WGN, ABC7, NBC, ABC, CBS, you know, people are showing really detailed accounts of others being harmed and cars getting stolen. So I get on the phone with my extra phone, and all of this was recorded live. And I get on my phone with Westchester law enforcement, and I call 911, and I say, I need to verify a license plate. There's an officer who's pulled me over. I don't believe it's a real officer. I'm scared. He's trying to force me. I pulled right over into the shoulder. He's trying to force me into an alley, and I'm scared. And she said, before I could even give her the license plate number, she said, ma'am, I can neither confirm, this is a direct quote, I can neither confirm nor deny that that's a real traffic officer. I put that shit in drive, and I drove away.
I don't know. We'll jump around in this 44-minute video. Let me just I'm just looking through her comments, guys, to see if the damn give me 1 second. I'm way behind on chat, I think. Oh no, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the right track and people you guys aren't being like, Steve, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's a different time completely. But yeah, no, I'm getting it downloaded in the background here.
Literally in under 10 seconds from the moment I put the car back into drive, another 4 all black unmarked cars pull up behind that one. I'm now surrounded by 6 cars. The neighborhood is primarily Hispanic, to the just north.
I'm getting it.
African American, black, to the east. To the west, it's nothing but
from the window to the wow
cemeteries, and then like kind of bougie wannabe rich people of all ethnicities a little to the south of that. So you've got a real mix, you've got a real big mix. It's not, there's no one culture or no one reason why. It's not like I'm a white person sticking out in a black neighborhood. It's not like I'm a white person sticking out in a Hispanic neighborhood being targeted for that reason, or so my mind is going through all of this. What could this be about? What is going on? As I'm pulling away, and this little old black man in a huge Suburban cut the police off, and he helped me get away. I got onto 290 and I drove away from that situation. I called multiple times after that asking for information on if it was a traffic.
I don't believe that. Wait, we'll see in a second, guys. This doesn't sound right, though. I don't remember that at all from the fucking police chase.
Stop telling them that I had all of this recorded and that I was live while this was taking place. And I was told, well, if you didn't stop, then you should come into the police station.
The police showed up at her house after. I could get that video as well. And I think she just, I don't know, BCG, what happened? Something happened. I mean, we could watch that as well. I don't know if she'd be going on about this story. This is an interesting thing for her to pull out.
And I said, I'm downtown Chicago now. If you can't give me an officer's name who was responsible for that and a valid reason, I don't feel safe coming anywhere near you people.
They're the police. They're the good guys. Why wouldn't you be able to go down to the police station? If it wasn't an actual police officer, right? I think you would need to tell the police everything you know so they could go fucking get this police impersonator who's trying to pull people over. Or if it was an actual police officer, then like you gotta talk to him about something, right?
I don't know who you are. I have no criminal record. I have no warrants. You can run my name right now. I don't get in trouble. I'm scared and I don't trust, your people. He knew my name and he was saying over the loudspeaker, you are not safe. Now, if this was just about the show Love After Lockup, then why were they equally harassing one of my good friends at the time, Tommy Cash? Kind of a misogynist, kind of, an asshole. But nonetheless, he was like a good friend of mine. He worked security for me during a lot of, different jobs that I was working.
Tommy Cash, like Johnny Cash, but Tommy Cash. That's crazy. Also, I wanted to show you guys this real quick because we're talking about Xavier. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe we will see the snow. Look, guys, snow. This is Xavier in the tent, but yeah, it's just like he looks crazy. This is a nice picture of Xavier, I guess. I don't know why he's all bundled up and he's on fucking shoes on, socks or shoes. So like maybe if you put your socks or shoes on or put all this on your feet, you'd be a little warmer. And you got a mouse here that goes nowhere because they don't have a fucking laptop. So why do they have a mouse? I do not know. Maybe it's a pretend mouse. Maybe Xavier is like a child. It says, Xavier in the most naturally achieved state, productive and focused, rumored to be the hardest worker in the larger Chicagoland area. And I just thought That was all kinds of wacky. Like, what? Yeah, let me get the other input back up here. It's playing tricks on me. This is what we want. What we're looking for. This is what we're actually. So I can get the let me get the other one pulled up actually. The whatchamacallit police chase that she's talking about here, so you guys can see what she's talking about. Okay, here it is. And
You guys, I need help. There are officers boxing me in everywhere. I don't think that they're real officers. I'm afraid. I need help. I called.
why don't you think they're real officers, Heather? Why? What makes you think that they're not real officers?
911. They're not sending anyone. I'm terrified.
They are 911. What do you mean? Of course they're not going to send anyone if they're already out there.
Please help me. These are not. I need help. These officers are literally boxing me in, trying to hurt me. I don't know them. I have not committed a crime. I literally pulled over. I pulled over because an officer was trying.
That's a fucking officer, bro. She's fucking the phone shaking all around and shit. Mamma mia.
Trying to pull me over, okay? I pulled over. He tried to force me into a parking lot. I don't know where this parking lot is. I don't want to be off the main road because of the issues I've had with law enforcement for no good reason. Now they're trying to...
For no good reason, guys. Law enforcement just hates her. For no good reason.
Force me into an isolated parking lot that is off the main street where everyone could see me. I say no, and they try to box my car in.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people wish they could just say no to getting pulled over, and not that you're mad about it.
They won't pull me over on the regular street? Why won't they pull me over in front of everyone? If there's no problem, see, look, nope.
She's gonna yell at this person, this fucking civilian pulled up beside her.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! No! They help me! What
you want them to fucking do? You're driving away from them now.
Fuck are they doing? You don't get to do this. They're going from town to town. They're following me from Westchester to Maywood. They will not identify themselves. They have no labels on their cars. This is corruption. I just went to Walgreens. I'm going to show you. I'm going to upload a video of this.
Yeah. See, so this is 44 minutes, guys. So there's 44 minutes of this. I don't know if we can watch all 44 minutes, but we'll get the gist of it here for you.
They would not dispense me my medication after being assaulted sexually. Now they are trying to force me into a parking lot, which I said no already. I will not do. This is awful. I'm not doing this. This is awful. This is gang related or mob related or something. I don't know what. I'm not pulling over. I need help. I don't know what to do. They're following me from town to town. This is clearly not their jurisdiction anymore. If they're real police officers.
She's like just skipping town, being like, I'm out of jurisdiction. What the fuck, guys? They're not allowed to chase me here. I'm Heather Gillespie, all right? I make the rules here.
Then how do they do that? And look, now that I just said that, they just went away. Look at this. Now that I just said that, they just went away.
Correlation and causation, bro. Like, I don't know.
This is corruption. This is disgusting. I need help. This has been over a year of this. I need help. Me and my children need to be removed from this fucking corrupt ass state immediately. I need help. I am not safe. Look, they're gone now. You guys all just saw that. Did you not? They're gone now. They're gone. What the fuck is going on?
I think that's on the bingo card. If you guys are playing bingo, what is going on, guys? Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna watch that, but that's the police chase she's talking about. I think the police just stopped pursuing her because she's driving like a maniac, and then yeah, they showed up later. Well, maybe I'll do a stream. It's the holidays, guys, and the other locals, as Salty said in one of the comments, are being lazy. So maybe we'll do a video watching this whole stream, and then the them showing up to the house after that. I thought she answered the door, but I guess not. I guess she just yelled at them through the window and was like, I'm not going to answer the door. But yeah, let me get back to this week's video. I just want to show you guys that, especially the new people who don't know the infamous police chase. That was something else. I've never seen the police just give up on pursuing somebody. Like, you got to be a certain kind of crazy for them to be like, it's putting the general public in danger to keep pursuing this lady. Let's just catch up with her later.
Dancing jobs and sexy industry jobs, and I trusted him for the most part. Westchester police were treating him in a way that was really weird and sick. And for some reason, they were having him out of his own apartment. They wouldn't allow him to house arrest to his own apartment. He was out on bond for something, I don't remember what. And they would not allow him to house arrest to his own apartment. They had him house arresting to this hoarder's house. A guy with his whole family, his wife and like 4 or 5 kids. Literally a hoarder. Like, this person, you could not move in there. Holes in the floor, the plumbing was sometimes working, sometimes not, and he would not let my friend Tommy Cash out of that situation.
Tommy Cash was forced to stay in a hoarder's house where the shit just didn't. What is this? What is this story?
And that was Westchester Police as well. And what we're going to find out is that the person who was helping Tommy Cash, where Tommy Cash was living, he literally wanted a tent. He asked me,
Johnny Cash's younger brother, Tommy Cash, from the future.
well, will you help me out and bring me some food in a tent? I can't keep going in there. It's real nasty in there, And this guy who is helping him turns out to be some sort of FBI informant.
The FBI put Tommy Cash in a hoarder house to the point it was so bad that he was like, I got to go live in a tent with Heather. That's a better option for me.
A federal informant. So now I'm starting to get real scared because I know that I was jumped and stabbed 11 times by 3 women 2 weeks before Dylan got out of prison. I've never been, in any sort of trouble with the feds or otherwise. So I'm definitely not an informant. I'm definitely not a cop. My background professionally is in medical law and ethics, medical administration, and clinical medical assisting. And from there, I took it to marketing and sales and started studying other business. But I worked for almost 15 years in the medical field, and then doing marketing and sales and things of that nature. Now, I have common sense. So if I
don't think she has common sense, but that's a pretty bold statement, Heather.
Dylan is involved in some sort of deals with the state, and I used to tell Dylan all the time, Dylan, you're in there serving a sentence for supposed kidnapping. And I've told you guys this before. The story, as he alleges, is that his ex and her friend broke into his house, robbed him of all his belongings, and that he went over to their house where they were holding all his stuff and stole everything of his back. And that because he had literally forced his way in, that those people were trying to beat him up, the girlfriend and her friend, and he overpowered them and zip tied their wrists to a lawn chair. And that when law enforcement showed up at that property and found them there, that because they were subdued with those zip ties, even though he wasn't wrong for going and getting his own belongings,
he shouldn't have been zip tying people to chairs. I might have got a little lost here too. I don't know if these are the fucking FBI people or the FBI informants, but this is a crazy fucking story.
They arrested him for kidnapping because he had subdued, these 2 people, a woman and a man, and left them there for hours, I guess, before the neighbors called.
Yeah, that would be kidnapping. That I would say what would you call that, Heather?
So he ends up going to jail for that, for kidnapping. That's what Dylan was in jail for, if you guys know the show. And also for supposedly selling ecstasy pills to a fake officer.
What? The Dylan was in on this, or just Dylan also kidnapped the guy this one time, and that's why he was in jail too. Tommy Cash and Dylan, why are you? I don't fucking know. They were good protection. That's what she said before at the beginning. Tommy Cash, he was good security for me.
So he is supposed to be doing some deals with the state of Illinois. And I'm fully aware that he's most certainly involved, and God only knows what else, with the federal government. And I'm thinking that he is in some way actively connecting whatever he has going on in Illinois with whatever he had going on with the feds. From what I know, when you steal identities, which he was doing and selling fake IDs as a teenager and things of that nature, and his mom told me like a whole SWAT team kicked his door down.
Things of that nature. Kidnapping people and things of that nature.
And that she was terrified. She was screaming out for help and telling them, please stop. He's not here, and all this other crazy stuff, because he was doing federal crimes as a 14, 13, 12-year-old. You know, and I'm asking his mom the whole time
Maybe I'm fucking lost too now. Tommy Cash was committing these crimes as a 14-year-old? That doesn't make any sense. I'm just picturing like this 14-year-old Tommy Cash, like Johnny Cash's, little brother or some shit, fucking being protection for Heather and zip tying people to chairs and kidnapping him, and he's going to jail for federal crimes. What the fuck is happening right now?
finding more information, as time goes by through his prison sentence, because he told me what I knew was that was his first and only time doing any sort of time in prison. He had never been in prison before. He had been arrested and they had made allegations, but that they were not true. And I trusted him. I believed in him. I believed in what he was saying. And the way he was telling the story, I have family members who are not my blood family members, but who have been victimized by drug pandemics and epidemics. Drugs that I would have never thought to try, and still at this point in my life would never ask for, would not even think would be fun. And I've not watched them because my life has been very much removed from that portion of their life, but I've heard things, and I know that there are a lot of times that it's not drugs fueling criminal behavior.
Right, CD-ROM? Like selling some fucking... There was 14 and Tommy Cash zip tying people to chairs and the FBI porterhouses and fucking... Like, bruh. Heather Gillespie.
But the other way around. Criminal behavior based on oppressive circumstances that fuel the drug use. So they're doing the drugs because they've now been forced to either die or live in these oppressive conditions, whatever they may be: poverty, sexual abuse, prolonged periods of oppression, as in they're unable to find income. They're sending out applications every single day, but no one is hiring them. So they end up in these positions where, because their best effort is not good enough, they
have to go kidnap people.
Use drugs rather than they use drugs and then they start committing criminal behaviors. Does that make sense? So the drugs were kind of like these band-aids for these people who were facing all these years of oppression. Can you imagine being told you don't have enough, whatever it is, wherewithal, common sense, ability to be like a cashier? Can you imagine applying to jobs for 3-4 years at a time and never getting a single call back, and watching your family struggle to pay their bills and feeling so helpless that you will do anything to pay your bills, right? So that...
They're like, in today's day and age, if you have a driver's license, you're pretty much set. Like, I think DoorDash or fucking Uber Eats or whatever other food delivery service there is nowadays, you can pretty much just self-start. You self-start anything. I don't know why she's making it sound like kidnapping people and doing drugs or selling drugs is the only options when you can't be a cashier somewhere.
That's what I knew, and I knew that perspective only because I've heard of it and I've discussed it, not because I had actually lived through it at that time. So I was very sensitive to his story and his position. Now, knowing that the feds were already involved and that they had been using him, for these trapping purposes, and that the state of Illinois had been working directly with me, some guy named Wayne something at the state's attorney at Skokie's office is the one who created this deal for Dylan, where he would get, I don't know the details, but he would get out early. He would be able to run his sentences concurrent rather than consecutive. And forgive me if I'm, misspeaking. That's what this man told me, the state's attorney. Wayne in the Skokie office, the lawyers on the cases were Sam Worley and Tim Grace. And I was there at these court dates sitting right next to Dylan's mother and his grandmother. Now, when they made all of these deal talks and transactions, they told me, we're going to give him a deal. We need to talk to him within this time. We're going to have him do work on things for us in exchange to run these sentences concurrent, which is why he was sentenced to 12 years and got out in 3, right? Now, I did not know what the details of the deal were. I only knew that he had already been working deals with the feds for many years. As I said, federal gun charges at 14 years old, that's Dylan Smith. Okay.
That's Dylan Smith. That's who we're talking about today. And the tent talk. It's like TED Talk, but it's a tent talk. I'm saying tent with, I don't know. Yes, Nick Albuquerque. It was a Nick Albuquerque that put this all together.
Okay, federal gun charges at 14 years old. His mother would get very upset and get on the phone with me and be crying about something, missing him and how much time he spent in prison. And she would reveal these very scary memories of trauma and of being, this woman who maybe had her history in the party scene, but was selling seats for the Board of Trade for like 30 years, self-employed. She would go out of the house to go shopping or do Pilates, same. I would get out of the house to either pick up my kids or go to the gym or go to the store. It was kind of the same. We were running in a sort of parallel, so I could very much so relate to her and feel her pain when she would tell me these stories about just hearing these pounds on her door and going and opening the door at 1 a.m, 4 a.m, and Dylan would be in his underwear and they'd be dragging him out as a teenager of his bed and and asking him questions about fake IDs and guns and technology.
Dylan Smith, tell us about the technology you've encountered in the underground world. What did she call it? The underground fucking, I should call it something.
Just things that as a mother, you're not prepared to ever witness your child go through, let alone answer or make sense of, right? So now this woman, his mother, is trapped between the authority and her son. And her son is saying, Mom, what the authority is telling you is not real. It's not truly what's going on or what they're having me do. They're hurting me in other ways. What a helpless feeling for his mother, right? How does she make sense of any of it? How does she know? So she would commonly go back and forth between being on Dylan's side and crying and saying Dylan is a manipulator and a liar, and that I can relate to as well, because when you talk about mental health and you talk about therapy and you talk about psychiatry and you talk about general practitioners in sense of healthcare, we take our children to the doctor, and what our doctors tell us about our children.
I'll be right back.
Okay, be careful. And what our doctors tell us about.
I wonder where Xavier's going. I bet you Xavier does believe in the simulation theory. It seems right up his alley. Xavier's into some pretty trippy stuff.
About our children, 75% of us on average believe that without questioning it. Without questioning it. How do we get to a space in society where we can afford to listen to our children before our doctors? And when we're talking about insurance being so rigid, how do we get to a space where we can afford for our children to see more than one doctor for the same thing, and have our insurance actually cover it? Because God forbid, you don't trust the opinion of one and you go for a second opinion and they say, oh, nope, this doctor's office number 1 already used this code and got paid for this visit. So doctor's office number 2, even though you like them better and they're a better fit for you, not only are they not going to get paid, you're going to go to collections if they don't pay it. What? Right? Healthcare should be more customized and in the best interest of the patient than trying on a pair of shoes. But if you walk into Nordstrom, how many pairs of shoes can you try on without buying? You can sit there all day, honey, and you could try on every Balenciaga that you want. You could try on every fucking Louboutin. And those shoes are costing, I guarantee you, much more than a doctor's office visit. How fucked are we in society?
Where you can't just try on doctors like shoes? Where are we going with this, Heather? What the fuck are you talking about right now? What?
When we can go to Nordstrom and spend 4 hours trying on shoes that we probably won't buy, but we can't see two different doctors for the same condition to make sure that one of them is not bullshitting us.
Is there a rule against that? You just might have to pay out of your own pocket for that shit.
Just a question. So when we're discussing and considering situations like this, it all coincides with where I'm at right now and not having answers, because if I can't trust Dylan, because
Of course you can't trust Dylan. Where's that even coming from? Why is that popping into your brain?
he has his own self-interest, and I can't trust his mom because she truly doesn't know, how can I truly know? And that just falls down from there onto my parents, onto my children. If we don't know, and it's the exact same thing with Xavier, I am so separated, I am so isolated from everyone around him because of these intrusions and extortions. And he calls it radiation, I call it influence. Let's just call it influence, just to keep it, not so conspiracy theory. But we all have so much influence around us that doesn't know shit. I was bludgeoned. I just got a text message a few hours ago, and you guys saw the video, the reel I posted. I've had about 200, give or take, messages in the last 2 months telling me to kill myself or that I'm a fat, disgusting pig.
I thought she was talking about the fucking video where she put a termination and it scared the bejesus out of me. And I'll never be the same. Nah, she's just talking about like the mean text messages that she doesn't block private numbers, just block private numbers.
I'm 32 weeks pregnant, you guys. Tomorrow 30 makes 32 weeks. We're 31 weeks, 6 days today. This is baby number 4. I'm a weightlifter. Before I met Xavier, or actually when I met Xavier, I was about 130 pounds, 5'9". I've gained a lot of weight with this pregnancy. I've gained about probably 70 pounds from this pregnancy because I was pregnant with twins right before this and lost them at 18 weeks, 6 days on December 26, 2023. 2022. So that happened, and then I got on birth control, went to my primary care physician, got the injection in my arm, and ended up pregnant the next month, positive pregnancy test. So I've gained a little weight. 200 messages telling me I'm ugly, fat, useless, that I should kill myself, that my children are going to be raped and molested because I'm such a disgrace to society.
Why would they go that hard? What the fuck? I don't think anyone's saying that either.
That they want to end my gene pool, that I'm ugly, that they know where I put my tent and that they're going to beat me up, that they're going to steal from me again, that it's only a matter of time before I'm getting raped out in the street, that Xavier is a drug addict, that Xavier was never a drug addict, that he's highly favored and loved by his family, but that my family hates me and hopes I die. The narratives that have come through have been really, really hurtful and sad, and just I'm trying to think of a good word to use without being too offensive to the author.
The author that you're saying is like saying these terrible fucking things to you?
It's pathetic. It's pathetic that there are people who are invested in putting so much effort into breaking down people for no reason, no fact finding, no fact checking.
I'm assuming the author is the person typing these terrible things, or I don't want to offend the author of the fucking death threats I'm receiving, but it's pathetic. Okay.
So the latest message was about the bludgeoning, and a lot of you guys were there for that. I was live on the One Heather GEE right after that happened from the hospital, getting staples in the back of my head. They said that the message said made some insinuation that because I was by LaGrange and Mannheim Road when the police chased me, as well as when I was bludgeoned, that I was sucking dicks and spending nights with mental health patients. I've never spent a night with a mental health patient. And since Dylan and I have not been together, I've never spent a night with anyone unless I was quite literally being forced to. So let's keep it real here, okay? I was at a car wash, washing my vehicle.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense. I just didn't. Who would take the time to do that? I guess Heather. She's got a lot of time. She's just in the tent, all right? That'd be crazy. Do you think she's sending them to herself? It would make sense. because then she can, like, you know, I'm a victim shit.
When I was bludgeoned and attacked. So that's the type of bullshit that gets put out there, that if my mom hears that, what will my mom think? Now, maybe my mom will believe me and she'll say, I don't think my daughter was out, you know, doing something like that. I think even if my daughter was going to work in that sort of capacity, I think she'd do it differently, or definitely my daughter would never do that. Or we all have our own perspective based on what we see of that person, right? What we think of, what we know of that person. And that's different if you're my sister, my best friend, my daughter, or my mother. They all know different parts of me. Either way, they would all know that's not true. But
I didn't see that. Someone called her out on Facebook today. Like, she made a Facebook post and someone replied on it. I get that pulled up. Let me see.
But now, if you have someone with authority, if you have someone with the power of persuasion, if you have a salesperson, if you have someone who is being extorted, perhaps, or someone with some other sort of incentive to sell that story to people, they could do so, whether it's my mother or my child. Right? So if someone is an officer, my parents' generation, my parents are raised to listen to the cops. My mother would never disrespect a cop. My father, if you catch him on the wrong day, you know, maybe if he's, you know, in really bad back pain and had a beer or something, then he might make a smart comment. But even that, you know, he's a very respectful man and, you know, would be respectful to law enforcement because they're authority. And that's what we are taught. We're taught that the cops don't want to hurt us. We're taught that the cops want to help us. But that's not the way things have been presenting themselves in my life over the last 4 years. I'd say there's been about a 60-40 split. And then you find out that they're probably not even real cops, right? So
they're cops.
When I bring that to real police, and who's to say who real police are now, you know, anyways, I just file electronic petitions and
they're real cops. Oh my god, what? She's always going on about these fucking fake cops, bro.
write everything down. But when you bring all of that information to the police station and you still don't receive any help,
then what? What happens?
you know for a fact that not only are the police
My thing glitched? She glitched? Something happened there.
aware, so is the local federal office, and you're 4 years in and still receiving 200 messages threatening your life from an unknown number, there's something going on, you know? Now let's factor in, what do holidays usually look like for you guys? For me, we used to spend Christmas Eve with my mom, my children and I. I would do all the Santa stuff at my home. My children would always be with me. And then we would wake up, they would open their gifts from Santa, and they would go spend time with their fathers. Or the other way around.
So I have it up, but I don't see anything. Like the last, that's her pinned post. Hold up. December 22nd. I don't want to show all the kids. Let me just see if I can get the reply up here. 11 hours ago. How do I see comments? Did she disable the comments? What post was it? This is the comments. I don't know how to use Facebook though either, to be honest. Hold on, let me just show you guys. Well, I don't want to show that. Hold up. I think if I do it like this, it'll be okay. Because it was okay last. Okay, yeah. Here. This is what I'm looking at, guys. And okay, so if there is where do I see the like, look, there's no comments. There's a like, there's a share, there's reactions. There's a like, there's a share, there's reactions. I don't see any thing. And then she's got her kids all over this. So like, I don't know. But If you want to screenshot it, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use Facebook. My eyes suck. Instagram. Hold on. Okay, I'll grab. I'll keep playing the video and then I'll grab it. While I'm grabbing that other thing here. Share this.
I believe 2000.
Why is it? Is it the person again?
11. No, actually, it was 2013. Alexis, my youngest, first Christmas Eve. Hispanic people do Christmas Eve. So we started going over to Alexis's grandma's house on Christmas Eve, and then doing my family on Christmas Day, and going to my dad's house Christmas morning, where he lived. He was with either very close to or with my grandma, and she would cook there at her house. And we would spend 4 or 5 hours there and eat, and it would be me and my sister and my dad and my grandma. And
I'm just gonna freeze again for a second. Okay.
Aunts and uncles and cousins and everyone. I've been doing that as a tradition my entire life, and so have my children. Dylan's released in 2019, and I haven't seen my family for a single holiday ever since. No one thinks that that's weird, a weird coincidence. I've not had my own mailing address for longer than a few weeks since Dylan's release. I have not been taken.
She's glitching.
Dylan's release. I have not received any justice since Dylan's release. I have not.
I think she's getting calls or something, so it keeps like cutting off. I gotta plug this other thing in. This is a long ass thing to read, so give me a second. I thought it was gonna be like 2 screenshots. It's gonna be like 7, so I'm just gonna share the phone because yeah, give me 1 minute and I'll be up in a second. If she wasn't glitching, I wouldn't even fucking pause her. Stop glitching, Heather.
Been treated like a member of society.
Fucking good. Don't be like
a woman,
James.
a civilian with rights, a human, since Dylan's release. There are laws in place to prevent this sort of harassment, and I've not given any of my permission to be subjected to this sort of harassment, and I don't
volunteer to be an experiment. I know Heather's fucking ways. Yeah, see, when it goes dark like this, I'm assuming that a call is coming in when it's interrupting her stream.
This sort of harassment, and I know that there are laws that prevent unknown callers from calling you over and over again. There are stalking laws, there are harassment laws. So as I've said for about 4 years now, what the fuck is going on here?
40 years.
When am I going to receive some sort of understanding, some sort of communication, some sort of instruction, directive? What the fuck is going on here? Like I said before, when you factor in the fact that I've never missed a single holiday with my family, and then since 2019, I haven't been able to have one with them. I go to drop off a Christmas gift to my children, and if I'm lucky, I get to hug them. I have custody of my children, all 3 of them. In the case of the court, I have custody. So what the fuck is going on? Why am I only permitted to say hi and hug my child who I've otherwise raised their entire lives prior to Dylan's release? Where the fuck are my rights?
Dylan's release has nothing to do with your actions. It's the fucking people you brought around you. It's not Dylan's fault. Maybe Dylan could be blamed for a little bit, but not all of it. Like, this is all you. Dylan's been out of the picture for fucking ever. When is it going to stop being Dylan's fault? How about that? When is it going to stop being everyone else's fault but fucking Heather's? Huh? When you're like, fucking, you're the only one left in your life. Everyone else has left you or is dead. If Dylan dies tomorrow, is it still going to be Dylan's fault? Like, what's going to happen? He might as well be dead. He doesn't talk to you. Like, what the fuck, bro?
We continue to allow Americans at the level of civilians to have absolutely no.
She keeps putting her hand up too, right? So she'd have to, I don't know.
Rights in this world. Where will we be in 10 years? Can you imagine someone walking into your living room, separating you from your children, and 4 years of holidays go by, that the rest of your family is just MIA with no explanation? Law enforcement won't acknowledge you. You're getting sexually assaulted semi-regularly. You've been robbed probably close to 10 times. Your entire wardrobe, your car, your home. Just as recently as when Xavier...
So when Xavier did what? Blah, 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 blah. And then you're getting a call, and then you're going to have to put your arm up, and it's going to flash. Put your phone on silent. If you're going to live stream, put your fucking phone on silent.
Clothing and the money that I earned from the work I did on the roofing repair company, and translating all of the rhetoric from English to Spanish and Spanish back to English and writing up workbooks and creating content for them, that was all stolen from me. Right outside of Xavier's father's house in the Gold Coast. Law enforcement knows. They've not replaced any of my stuff. They've not given it back. The person who bludgeoned me was charged.
Blah, 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 blah.
Madero, sentenced to, I believe, 18 months in prison.
And then when they asked you to press charges and pick him out of a lineup, you did the first time, and the second time you're like, nope, I'm too busy being Heather. But now you want to do it. So no. There was a good clapback email from who was it? I can't remember. Ed. It was Ed. Who basically like laid it all out for her, being like, look, when you had the opportunity to, when it actually happened to you, you chose not to. Everything else is bullshit. You told me that you wrecked your fucking car. You told me that you did this and it wasn't something done to you. Get fucked, basically.
Which you bludgeon an unarmed woman over the head repeatedly and leave her to die on the side of the street, and you get 18 months. That's little. Regardless, I was not even informed that there was a court date scheduled, nor was I granted permission to attend the court date, which is covered in Marcy's Law, which was passed in 1991 in the state of Illinois.
I don't know. I did a background check on was it Subhuman? I think it was Subhuman. He's not darker. Fuck. He knows too many words. His like Reddit is the same like an icon that he came in here with, unless darker fuck like just picked a random person and is like, I'm gonna mimic this person and actually be darker fuck. But the uwu thing, yeah, no. There's a lot of reasons I don't think he's darker fuck. He's just trolling. He's a troll.
Protects victims. Marcy's Law, look it up. 1991, the state of Illinois adopted that law. That was one of multiple violent attacks since 2019 that I've not received any restitution for, that has resulted in, again, me being physically displaced from my children, impregnated twice, one possibly by rape. Are you listening to me? Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
I'm listening to you. I think my computer might be dying because I have this. Let me just pull this up. The Facebook thing, I'm procrastinating because I don't like reading. But let me get this pulled up for you guys, and then I can close it, and then I think my computer will run better. I think that's what's happening right now. Give me 1 minute. Put that in your Google machine and spin it. Yeah. Hell yeah, TD, and spin it. Spin it all around. Can you guys see this? Hell yeah, you can. Okay. So it says, every single time my newsfeed is filled with these ghetto people, I have limited communication with my children, and bad things happen in my real life. I do not follow accounts like the ones that are being shown in my newsfeed. I specifically go in and delete accounts that have been added nefariously without my permission or knowledge. And then Candace here says, explain ghetto. Is it similar to picking up a homeless, missing a mental patient, hanging all night with him in your car, ending up on on Manheim Road, which is like the bludgeoning incident, which everyone from the area knows what happens on Manheim, and getting into a fight with him and him hitting you with a tire iron? Or is it visiting your man in jail and getting into it with other visitors, following them into a gas station for a fight? I've heard that recording of where you were super ghetto. Please don't throw stones where you live in a glass house, Heather. You are in no position to judge others based off social media. I mean, yeah, she's got a point. Heather claps back. Heather's like, you know what? Candace? No people like you who falsely and arrogantly perpetuate narratives that are completely false without doing any sort of fact-finding or research to begin with. I think we've done pretty good fact-finding, guys. I think I've shown you guys all the receipts to this shit. I'm not just making up stories. It would be a pretty crazy story for me to make up. Maybe I should write like a homeless drama if I was making this shit up, but no, I wish. Fine. Where did I leave off here? Research to begin with. Ugly motherfuckers who can't find peace or happiness on their own. So they invest time and energy in destroying that of those around them. Ghetto as in classless in a way that seems derogatory, applicable to any race or gender. You failed kindergarten and proved your entire family to be incapable of reaching the most basic skill sets of socialization, says the chick who can't get a fucking job, right? And can't even get like one person to like them enough to let you and Xavier like crash on their couch or in their guest house or something, right? Right. The same person. No, I won't keep going. Have you ever been to the gym? What does that have to do with anything? Pounds? Where's your leg? What the fuck? It's almost certainly not the highway I'm driving in. The export I was attacked near is running a play free ghetto bots in need of a hug and some attention. Get their first month free. This is Heather. My goodness, she sounds almost like Queen of Spades there. I don't need free because I have money. This is Candace speaking back. And a roof over my head and my children with me every day. Ooh, Candace is coming in with the knife. Your looks are nothing when you are a judgmental asshole. You are a street person and that you talk shit about. Oh, wait. You are a street person that you talk shit about. You can try to use big words pretending to be smart, but smart people don't sleep in tents for years doing drugs while pregnant. Yeah, they don't. Please say how I didn't do my research when I read the complete police report. Please tell me you never did drugs when I watched you whack out on Duster. How about you worry about what happens to your newborn once he enters the world? I can guarantee you he is not going to find a tent. He is not going to a tent when released from the hospital. Stroger Hospital runs a free dental clinic for students for free too. Oh, there you go, Heather. It's a little piece of advice. You can maybe get your tooth fixed. And then I think this is proof again before she tries to delete. Oh, the air duster clip. That's what that is. I'll see if I can pop that open. I'm in like the internal fucking Instagram browser, so I don't know if it'll limit me. Anyways, I'll go back up. We'll see if we can if you want to see Heather on air duster. And then the police report she posted, and then so smart, huh? These were 14 hours apart in the same story, but somehow your pregnancy aged by weeks. But your haters lie, huh? So many times you've considered I've considered helping you, and then you start your mean girls rant, judging people, and I'm like, she's nasty. No, for real. I own a 14-unit apartment building, and you are a tenant of nightmares. You are exactly where you belong. It's called karma. Damn, Candace. So yeah, let's see if it'll let me jump over here. Hey. Okay. Just 20 seconds. Let me see if we got audio. Do we have audio? Don't sound like it, does it? What is it doing to me? Okay. I thought this was like a short. Give me a second, guys. Why don't we have audio? What is going on, guys? I didn't put the audio on. That's why we don't have audio.
It won't let me see my kids. I just been here doing air duster.
I don't even know if you guys can hear that because I got to switch the audio settings as well. 1 second. Sorry. I wasn't expecting to get the phone. Where did I go? Okay, here. Now you guys should be able to hear it.
They won't let me see my kids. I just been here doing air duster for 4 days or 2 days. I never smoked air duster in my whole entire life before this.
You'll hear her say she's never done drugs before, though. So that's a lie. It's a lie. Anyways, okay, let's get back to the live stream. So that was a Facebook post. That was a pretty good Facebook post, I gotta say. Let me put these off now so I can get back here. Thank you, BCG, for sending that link, because I don't know why it wasn't coming up for me. I think I was on the Facebook page she linked, so I figured that was the right one. And now if I close that, is my computer gonna be like nicer to me now? Maybe, hopefully. Let's see. I would have to share this first. This is what we want. Is what we want. Wow.
Israel that we're talking about, a third world country supposedly filled with terror and bombs. This is...
And now I gotta, hold on. I gotta put the audio back now to how it was before. There we go. Better? Should be better.
Chicago, Illinois, United States of America. Are you listening to me? Can you imagine your mother being thrown out of your home? Her home, and you and your siblings being forced out of the house with no explanation.
And your phone just keeps ringing.
And your mother...
Imagine it's Xavier getting like jumped or something, and he like really needs Heather's help for some shit.
Having to walk for 3 to 5 days until her body has collapsed and she's raped. Or until someone rushes in and pretends to be law enforcement, claiming that they can get them a hotel room or a condo, that they're safe now, only to, again, walk them for 5 to 10 miles in 6-inch stilettos, and then get them a hotel room, no strings attached, and then sexually assault them.
Yeah, now we heard this story last week, too. And it's gonna cut off. And she's gonna come back.
How do you explain something like that to a child?
Don't explain.
You know what else isn't safe?
Don't explain it to a child. Don't do it.
During pregnancy, since you guys want to have a conversation, getting raped, being trapped outside in a tent.
Wait, I thought like the last time that happened was like how the kid was conceived. Am I crazy? Maybe I haven't been paying attention. I think I've been paying attention.
Being sexually assaulted in other ways. Being separated and isolated from your friends, family, and everyone you love. Being denied your right to medical care. None of that's safe during pregnancy, my love. So why don't you open your mouth on those subjects, the subjects that being met with nothing but adversity from people who are ghetto as fuck in their responses. What do I mean by ghetto?
Oh, ghetto? Yeah, ghetto is fucking the response. Maybe is that what she keeps going away? There's like Facebook notifications she has to clap back to. Was this during the clap back? Maybe we read it at a very good time.
Ghetto as fuck, ignorant as fuck, uneducated as fuck. I have done above and beyond average reporting as someone with no media background at all whatsoever outside of social media content creation. And I have given such phenomenal updates and play-by-plays on
phenomenal updates and play-by-plays of her crazy fucking life she's chosen.
Absolutely no reason why anyone should be blindly and ignorantly in my comments, in my voicemail box, in my text message, saying the things that they're saying. If you're really arguing because you're open-minded and you want to prove a point, then you're already wrong because you're not exploring my perspective before you argue. We might agree. You have no idea. On this live, there have been at least 30 unknown back-to-back calls. This is daily, okay? And
Block unknown calls. Block them.
And I use my phone for business. So there's most certainly a dollar amount associated with this.
No. Imagine it's Xavier left. What if she's just having Xavier call a bunch of times and be like, I'll get it on live stream, and then we can put a dollar amount, and this is how we can get out of the tent. It's like a scheme or something, you know?
This is harassment. This is slander. Leaving me outside at 32 weeks pregnant, they locked my Airbnb account for no reason. I've never used it for fraud. I've never used it for anything unlawful.
It's a weird thing to throw out there. I don't think anyone.
They
How do you use an Airbnb for fraud, guys? Like, how would that happen?
Locked it for no reason. And it wasn't Airbnb who locked it. It was people who are disguising themselves as some sort of authority, standing on the fact that they think that they have some sort of voice that matters more than mine about my life and my situation, which we all know is a big time no-no. Your voice is never going to matter more than the driver of that life. Your voice is never what you.
Zippa zappa zoopa day.
And if you consider yourself someone who, oh, I could change anyone's mind, I could tell them what's wrong, you are the oppressor. You are the oppressor. Really, if you're a person who's dedicated to and committed to society being better, growing, resolution, problem solving, you are not in it to win it. You're in it to win your own, race, but you're not in it
right
or lose. Your conversations are strategic and methodical so that you can learn. You're not.
Yeah, that sounds par for the course. Jennifer Saunders says she tried to get her money back, saying that she didn't stay at a place when she did. She also tried to accuse one of the owners of R-wording her. She also stole from the Airbnbs. Yeah, that'd be a good way to get your Airbnb account deleted. Yeeted.
Arguing because you want to win against the other person. It just doesn't make sense. Growing up in this country, we have certain constitutional rights, and those rights combine with morals and values, everything shapes our society's expectation of how we behave. I can promise you that I'm not the problem in this set of circumstances, and that's a guarantee.
She does have some people that would give her money, and someone bought her the bed, right? And she'll ask for $100 to go do a photo shoot. I don't know why you need $100 to wrap yourself in tinfoil or put a leaf on your head or paint your tummy as a pumpkin. But she'll ask for that. She'll get it. I don't know who fucks does that. And ask for somebody. I don't know. But yeah, no, she has a few, I think.
This is how I'm living. I have medication that I take for nausea and pain. That's the only medication I take,
which is weed. She smokes weed while she's pregnant because apparently she can't take ibuprofen. She did a whole skit. I'm going to call it a skit because she said he had a production meeting, and then it was right around Halloween where there was a bunch of fake blood available and it was super red. And she then was like, I'm bleeding. And then all of a sudden she was smoking weed while pregnant because ibuprofen was making her nose bleed.
From prenatal vitamins. That's how I've been living. 36 years old, and I've always had my own space to live, my own apartment or my own house. Now Dylan gets out, and
it's all Dylan's fault.
Forced to stay in a tent, pregnant. Let's make it make some sort of sense, right? There's been no follow-up for any of the allegations I've made for rape. I have turned in body fluid stained clothing with semen on it
to multiple police stations. Not a single cop has called me back and said, this is where we're at in the investigation. Not once. I've called hundreds of thousands of times. No one has called me back. Legal petitions in the Daily Center as well as 555 West Harrison. 7 petitions in the Daily Center alone. I could not even count how many at 555 West Harrison, all with regards to the emergency order of protection that I originally filed against Dylan in 2020 that would have granted me possession of my apartment, my car, and my belongings that remained in his possession for close to 6 months. Dylan didn't pay for anything with my car. I paid for it on.
She's really pissed at Dylan today. Dylan's not been in the picture for fucking ever.
Judge allow him to stay with my vehicle for 6 months? And why did he get a bunch of red light tickets in Joliet, of all places, in my car? But when I brought that to the judge and asked them to look at it, they didn't have any right to do so. So you have the right to grant him access to my vehicle, and you have the right to throw me out of my own home for no reason, but you don't have the right to ask why this person on felony.
Just freezing and dipping and dipping. This is a long one.
Which was all of my belongings at the time because I was trying to leave. Everything I owned was packed in my trunk, most of it. There was about one small bedroom that was a combination of what was left in my kids' room and the master bedroom, my bedroom, and a few kitchen things, and then bar stool, breakfast nook.
Mamma mia.
My mirror, my full-length mirror. The judge.
The judge didn't give a fuck.
No one did.
The judge didn't give a fuck about my mirror, guys. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Why is this doing that?
They blatantly refused. I went in there with a video of him saying, so what, I beat the fuck out of you. Real confident, like he knew that they were not gonna help me, you know? So what, I beat the fuck out of you, while he's holding a nitrous oxide balloon. So what, I beat the fuck out of you. You humiliated me.
That was a really long time ago, though, Heather. Like I said, Dylan's been out of the picture for a while. I'm not saying that that's any way right, but come on, man.
I humiliated you because you were openly cheating on me. Coworkers who I see on a daily basis, tagging our company, not allowing me. I'm the second salesperson in our team. He only after him. And me and Mike Rome changed for that, switched back and forth for that space.
Bro, now she's going on about the fucking positioning and the scam company that Dylan runs. That, again, she hasn't been part. What is happening with you, Heather? Why are you going on about all this stuff today? What, like, it's nonsense. It's nonsensical.
But you don't know what you're doing wrong in not allowing me to go to company celebrations and bringing other bitches and tagging our bosses and the owners. I'm confused.
She is fucking, she's just letting it all out, guys. She's like, you know what? I should have been consulted about these bitches being put on the fucking renewable energy scam site.
And law enforcement and the court system and that state's attorney Wayne.
Look at that hair, though.
They knew me well, not because I had been in trouble, but because I was the only person that was advocating for Dylan. I was the only person that was reaching out to his lawyers. His mother wasn't missing any Pilates to answer the phone from the lawyer. It's me running around like a fucking dummy with 3 children, trying to jump through hoops to make sure that all of his needs are met.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, like, Dylan and Marissa got back together because Dylan and Marissa got into another fight not too long ago. And of course they got back together. So this is what's setting her off. Did she think she was going to get back with Dylan? Like, why is she even keeping up with him?
So when you want to say to someone, you know, take responsibility and be accountable, you need to make sure that you're not gaslighting for the victim, to take responsibility for things that are.
Xavier is a redhead collector? I don't know. He is out here collecting redheads. I don't know of his other bows.
Victimizations. There is no, you don't ask a woman to take responsibility for being raped. You don't ask a woman to take responsibility for going to law enforcement for assistance, going to the hospital for assistance after being assaulted by a man and then getting thrown out of her own home with no criminal record and into the street. Just
She has a criminal record. She has a criminal record.
ignore on unknown calls. The fact that law enforcement has not stepped in, I find absolutely disgusting and morally appalling. 4 years of this. There is no excuse. This should have been handled a long time ago. So this is the 4th Christmas that I have had to spend apart from my family with no explanation at all whatsoever. No explanation. Nothing. I have no criminal record at all.
Weird thing to keep bringing up. Weird thing to keep bringing up if it wasn't there. And post it to your own Facebook. Can't you delete posts on Facebook? Shouldn't delete that. Maybe they blocked her so that she couldn't.
I have been harassed by, systemic issues and law enforcement a few other times in my life. One of them, it was my first day at work at an eye doctor clinic I was managing. And I was doing optical sales and buying, and I was so excited to be the manager of this eye doctor and not just like an MA again. I had put in 10 years of work in the MA game and the administrator game, and I wanted to make
the MA game, the medical assistant game. Is that what she's a medical administrator game? That's what she means by MA, right? Is that a MMA or something? Martial artists, the martial artist game, guys.
Make move.
I really wish she would just put her fucking phone on silent.
My career. So the pay was the same, or maybe even a little less, but the responsibility was much greater. And it was going to give me the opportunity to put on my resume that I was managing an office on my own rather than managing a practice of 4 doctors, which it's all crazy because when you look at Northwestern, what I did, the workload was tremendous. I mean, there's nobody who could fuck with me on my work ethic at Northwestern. I was above and beyond at all times, doing more than all people at all times.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was answering all those phones. I think people said that worked with her that she was never at her fucking desk and shit.
And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm telling the truth. There was not a single medical assistant or administrator there who did as much as I did for as many doctors as I did.
She was actually a janitor?
I was very good.
Was she actually a janitor? That'd be fucking hilarious.
Good at my job. I was a very good advocate for patients, and I was very good advocate for my doctors.
She kind of looks like a janitor material, now that I think about it,
But the eye doctor space, it offers you
the eye doctor space.
Buying, purchasing. So you're able to start ordering frames.
Do you wear glasses? I know you wear the fake glasses, but do you need glasses?
So you have fashion now. You have negotiating price and rate. You have stocking. You're as the office manager, you're choosing what frames you want to pick, and you're learning trial and error. You're learning if the manufacturer's cost is this and we can sell it for this, but it doesn't sell, the practice is actually losing this.
This isn't exclusive to fucking eye care. What is she talking? Oh my god, whatever. This is a loopy day. This is a crazy live that she's going on about. What the fuck?
Oh no, actually, Heather, you're not losing that. We have a program where we buy back frames that no one buys.
She's telling herself this because she's the office fucking person. No, actually, Heather, let me come in. The devil on the shoulder here is gonna take over now, and fucking we can sell these to fucking stupid kids. I don't know.
Learning, and you're doing business, and I was happy to take a few dollars less per hour for that title and responsibility because that's the only way you learn. That's the first time I actually ever even began negotiating business deals. That's the first time I ever even began sitting in on or listening to business deals.
You're selling frames, bro. Business deals.
So it was just a whole other side of healthcare.
Wait, we're back to healthcare now? Her thing keeps like cutting out, so I don't know which fucking story she's talking about when she comes back. You know what I mean? She's being a character, Kenny, you know?
When it comes to marketing and sales, etc. and so forth, that I was very excited to do and very happy to do. And I got on my first day of work there.
On the first day of work, my boss said to me, Heather, you have to actually work here. You can't just be like fucking around all the time, talking to Dylan on the phone.
Employees there who have already been there.
Was she talking about shoes? The stilettos? Yeah, I think so. And the this is Tommy Cash is the same one.
They're probably not going to.
And she keeps glitching.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to, so what I decided what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bribe them with a fruit tray.
Who are you bribing with a fruit tray? Oh my God. If there was some nefarious individual calling Heather during this stream, I don't know what the fuck's happening right now because of you. So don't do that again because she doesn't know how to fucking turn the silent mode on her phone, which to me is goddamn ridiculous. But we only got 10 more minutes of this nonsense, and then we got the last stream that's only 10 minutes. And I hope it doesn't glitch out this much. I don't know though.
So I go into Jewel to get a fruit tray for my new coworkers. Just, as a, hey, yeah, I'm the new office manager, but don't hate me. I'm cool, right? And I'm a team player and I want to learn everything that you guys know how to do. I don't want to just be sitting here ordering frames and bossing around. I'm so happy to be here. This is a new field for me. And I was so enthusiastic about every job that I got that was new. And to this day, I'm that way. I genuinely enjoy learning things, and that's why I've,
I know that, okay, so it's the first day at the eye doctor. I know that, like, live it was really glitchy, but then I downloaded it. I was skimming through it. It seemed good. I don't know, though. It might be just as bad. It might be just as bad.
Traveled down so many paths and experienced so many different things. But I go in to buy this fruit tray, and they have no fruit trays. What the fuck? Single fucking fruit tray, swear to God, too. Cross my heart, hope to die, nothing. I go back to the Jeep. My ex was driving a Jeep at the time, and he drops me off at the front door of my office. It's in the same little plaza. I go into the office, I meet everyone, I'm working 2-3 hours, and before you know it, there's a squad car sitting in front of the office. Is there a Heather Gillespie that works here? I'm sorry, what? You're under arrest. I said, what do you mean I'm under arrest? They said, we saw, someone saw you robbing Jewel. Robbing Jewel? I was in Jewel for 30 seconds.
Robbing Jewel? What is Jewel? Like Jewel the fucking vape carts? I thought she meant like Jewel the person. Like you were robbing Jewel. She is a very cool mom. I mean, like not in the mother sense, but like she's a cool cat living in a tent. It just also happens to be a mother. That's not that cool,
I went to get a fruit tray. There was none.
Jewel is a grocery store? You guys call your grocery stores Jewel? That's something. I didn't know that. So she stole the fruit tray.
They were awful to me, treated me like such shit. I was terrified. I swore to God that I was not a thief. I had stolen nothing, and I meant it. I had stolen nothing. They held me there for about 2 hours before they came back and said, oh, it was a mistake. We just got the security footage and we followed you in and out and can clearly see you took nothing. Number one, how did you know my first
I don't know. How did they know that?
and last name when you came into my job? Typically,
I don't know. Maybe they know you. Maybe this story isn't entirely accurate.
if it's a first day at a job and I went into a Jewel and it's my first time ever going into that Jewel, even if someone thought I was stealing, which they didn't because I gave them no reason to believe that I did, how would you have my first and last name? They didn't want to answer any of that. Oh, look, we're going to take you back. We're going to talk to your bosses. You just arrested me from my first day of work. And in front of the doctors I work for, alleged that I robbed Jewel. They put me back in the car. My cheeks are all, makeup stained. I'm crying. I'm big kids. I believe Viviana and Lewis were like 10 and 12 at the time. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is terrifying. And they apologized and brought me back and went in and told the doctors, she really didn't do anything. And, we
The eye doctors? I guess they're technically doctors.
we're sorry that happened. Please don't fire her over this because it was our mistake. And they didn't. The owners were really cool about it. They were like, oh my God, they couldn't believe it either. And I'm like looking at them like, can you guys sue these fucking cops for me? Like, what the fuck? I've never had an experience where I've called, for help and not felt like I wasn't a cop caller, honestly. So I didn't even call the cops after that. But
I've seen her call the cops on live like a bunch of times. Seen her call the fucking FBI. You mean I don't call the cops?
I've pretty much, kind of been in these positions where there is nothing I can do. And so when you gaslight someone else, like my child or my mother, and tell them, oh, Heather needs to take accountability, or Heather is,
I mean, it'd be really hard for her to win any lawsuits without a lawyer. Nick Albuquerque's like, our time is done or something, right? Our time is past. Our professional relationship has ended.
There's only so much of that type of harassment that anyone can take. Now, if you're someone who cares about the person who's being targeted, you're feeling the effects of that just as much until you either get so numb that you stop caring for the person as a coping method and mechanism, or you just are perpetually in a state of pain and dis-ease. And that's what they're doing to my family.
Yeah? Is that what's happening here? I've become so numb.
And I don't owe any of you shit, but I continue to be kind and caring with boundaries that commonly get crossed. Just like I wrote January 5th of 2020, as a giver, as a giving person who operates under a pretty strict and fair moral and ethical code, how do you survive in the world that we've created? You don't. You don't.
You don't. How much longer do we have of this glitchy mess?
You want to talk about sellouts and scapegoats and all this stuff? The people doing this shit, ugh. I don't have anything compassionate left for them. I don't have anything left to say to them. All the abuse that I've gone through, I've never once lashed out at anyone in the way that these people treat and speak to me.
I just read the thing for you guys not too long ago where she was lashing out at someone she was clapping back pretty fucking hard, saying like they're disgraced their whole fucking family lineage or some shit just because they called her out on their shit, rightfully so.
Never in my life. Anytime I have literally flown off the handle at someone.
Never do anything to anyone for any reason, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Like that Michael Scott fucking thing.
What would be classified professionally as reactive abuse, meaning saturation point was reached weeks or days ago. The victim has been crying out for help in plain English, communicating with numerous different sources and resources for intervention, and rather than any intervention coming, it's almost as if a red carpet is rolled out.
Should be snap poetry.
Like what's happening right now. Law enforcement has more than enough to prevent these calls from coming through. I have never given my permission to be a part of a trap. I have never given permission for myself, my children, my family, or our likeness to be used in any sort of weird shit. I don't want any part of it yet. Look what happens. 200 text messages telling me that I'm disgusting and I should kill myself in under a month. Whoa. Just in the time that we've been on.
Is that Xavier saying hello in his own tent? What's happening?
This live, probably.
Does anyone give permission to be in a trap? No, I mean, like, a lot of these Heatherisms, I'm kind of immune to at this point, right? Like, yeah, no, she says that a lot. I didn't give anyone permission to be in this trap, to be held here without my will, against my will.
Number that leave voicemails telling me to kill myself. This is the United States where I've paid taxes since I was 14 years old. I don't have a legal and moral right to not be subjected to this. I do. I absolutely do. So for these personal injury lawyers who want me to be mentally defected from all of this abuse, I'm not defected. But that doesn't mean my civil rights are not being violated. That doesn't mean they've not been violated. That doesn't mean I've not missed work. That doesn't mean
You did miss work. You missed work and you sent like a bloody fucking hell of a video to your boss. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Heather? Yeah, she is the opposite trap. She's there on her own will. She has lots of options, but none of them include like bringing Xavier into a woman's shelter. And no one else is taking them in. So like, I don't know, guys.
of restitution for the violent beatings and bludgeonings and sexual assaults. That doesn't mean that psychologically the strain of being separated from my family that has effects on how much income I can earn, how effective I can be in my,
So she sent a video to her boss of her in the shower with, I don't know how I can say this on YouTube. There was like deceased infant all over the bathtub and a bunch of blood, and was like, I can't come into work today. I just lost the twins. And it's fucking crazy. It's on her Instagram right now. I'm not gonna play it. I don't think I can play it on YouTube. I don't know how the fuck it's on Instagram, to be honest, but that's what she sent her boss to say she wasn't coming in. And then she was like, well, I don't understand why I got fired for sending that. That's why you got fired.
Employment, et cetera, and so forth. There are dollar amounts for all of that. And I don't need to be crazy to get paid. Stop trying to push the injured into that stigma. Most of you are probably sicker than the rest of us, just more submissive with it, more passive with it.
So she's been held for psych evaluations before. They always just let her out. But they keep her for like 5 days and then she goes back out on the street.
No.
Oh, yeah, she did say Merry Christmas at the end.
The phone is just ringing nonstop and I am tired of pressing ignore. But I'm glad that this happened on the record.
I'm glad that I didn't stage this and this happened on the record.
There is no justice being served in my case at this point. And I'm wondering why and where the legal team is that, should be handling this situation. This is not only unlawful and unethical, it's absolutely disgusting. So, happy holidays, you guys. I have a lot more Christmas shopping to do. I've only been able to get like a couple pairs of clothes for each of my children, which it doesn't matter what's going on in my life or how many times I'm being attacked. My children didn't ask for that and they deserve to be taken care of by their mother who loves them. So
maybe you should do like more proactive things than just making sure you got a couple clothes to give them at Christmas that they don't fucking want. Maybe try getting out of poverty. Well, not even poverty. Get out of fucking homelessness. Get on some social assistance. Get the fuck away from Xavier because he's not helping you any. I think that's just like that's common sense. Heather says she has it. Heather says she has common sense, guys. Remember when she said that today?
I'm going to find a way to do that while also actively contracting every 3 to 4 blocks of walking, and having no access to.
For real though, for real, Chrissy.
And we continue to manage, and I continue to push through, and I continue to document, and I am praying to God every single day that every person who has contributed is charged criminally, and that we can use maybe that money to rebuild these just very oppressive conditions in specifically the justice system. So I'll talk to you guys later. Get your Christmas shopping done.
Get the Christmas shopping done. Okay, so this is the last one. This is only 10 minutes. BCG says it's like more glitchy than the other one. Hopefully not. I think this was from today, I think. No, I didn't even know that. I've never been pregnant. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what a Braxton contraction is. Light show. There was the flashlight swinging around. Oh yeah.
Hi, you guys. So this morning I woke up and had to use the restroom. As you guys know, they're holding me in a tent still, where I can.
She's very athletic, Nicole. You know, she's a fitness guru. I'm sure she can bend in all of the ways. And she's fucking quiet in this video, so I had to turn it up a bit.
Only go potty number 1. I have to walk to find a business anytime I have to go number 2. I'm also 32 weeks pregnant. I love the degradation and dehumanization that comes along with living in a tent. It's been fantastic. So we're going into month 10. 32 weeks pregnant, being denied prenatal care. Dr. Kristen Gallagher, I just waited 9 weeks for an appointment with. And then she declined to see me 2 days prior to.
Has it been 9 weeks since Heather has started her crusade against this doctor? It feels like it was like a week ago, or maybe 2 tops. Has it really been 9 weeks? Time is like, I don't know what time is anymore, guys. I think that has to be wrong.
To the appointment.
9 weeks would have been like what? Halloween or something, right? December, November, October. Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Thank you to all my sponsors and everyone who has assisted us with food and, repayment. Acknowledging that systemically I am owed a tremendous amount of money, time, and assistance that has continued to never show up. I have 3 children, 17, 15, and 10. In addition to the baby that I'm pregnant with now. So these children have always been in my care from the day they were born through the day Dylan was released, and all of this drama began in my life. And by drama, I mean a violent bludgeoning, a violent stabbing. I was jumped.
Kenny is familiar with the healthcare system, so I will defer to Kenny over Heather every day, because Heather is a grifter. A grifter will be, that's a nice way to put it, I guess.
By 3 women and stabbed 11 times with screwdrivers. I was forced to walk outside for 4 to 5 days until I was so exhausted that I collapsed to the floor and was sexually assaulted. All of this has been reported to law enforcement and more. That is probably less than 10% of what has been done to me since 2020. But I haven't missed, the opportunity to drop off my children a couple bags of groceries. It's definitely not enough. I'm a mom. My number 1 job, biologically, legally, morally, ethically, is to parent my children. But they just keep kicking me around like a fucking dirty, disgusting bag of trash that no one wants to deal with, when I'm actually more like a gift set from Estee Lauder, So that's the confusing part for me. I have tons of assets that I bring with me everywhere I go.
Tens of assets? Is that what she just said?
Mentally, physically, financially.
Mentally, physically, and financially. If tens of assets. So we're talking under $100 for sure here, if we're not counting all of the other things. I mean, there has to be a bunch of mental things, right?
I know how to make money. I'm intelligent. I'm well-spoken. I'm kind and compassionate. So if you're talking about causing harm to a person, why not first make sure that person doesn't make you a more valuable person or add something to your team before you begin abusing them? Me. Xavier has been very, very helpful in.
I read this as grift set. She needs a grift set for Christmas instead of a gift set. Hell yeah.
Carrying my stuff, packing up my stuff. I don't know what I would do without him. I am having a hard time moving more than a couple blocks at a time. This is the 4th year that I have spent separated from my family, but I still, no matter what's going on, usually have had a car. This is the 2nd year I have not had my car or access to a car to drop off their Christmas gifts. So even though I'm contracting, we're going to take the bus or the Metro.
I don't want to be copyright struck anymore, guys. The strikes will be off in like 3 days, I think. 3 or 4 days. That's at least what unless they take me to court. If they take me to court, though, it'll be fun. We'll go to Minnesota together. I fucking hate Minnesota. We'll see some sights. It'll be a good time. It'll be a fucking terrible time, to be honest. But I'll make it a good time. It'll be all right.
Got them one.
I love America, so it's just fucking Minnesota, bro.
Rubbermaid bin that I'm filling with a few outfits.
Uh-oh. Is this where it starts to glitch? I think so. Put your phone on silent, Heather. Someone's congering her. Conger would do this to James, where he would just call him like 30 fucking times, and James would be like, instead of turning his fucking notifications off, because he needs them on to get donos, right? Or to tell people how they can donate to him, because he has specific parameters. He can't just give him money because he's stateless. He doesn't have an ID to accept a lot of forms of money. So you got to give him specific gift cards to whatever fucking store he's near. So that's why he has his notifications on. I don't know why Heather just doesn't turn hers off for the fucking live.
In that regard, I also have created numerous storefronts for others, copywriting, and many other things that have been successful, but they've stolen my laptop, my tablet, and my second laptop that replaced the first. So they've stolen everything from me a number of times. Shout out to Jose, Alexis, and Will, who have taken, the opportunity.
So if I do need to follow American copyright law, like that's fine, because I'm within American copyright law. They're just crazy. I would assume I have to get a US lawyer as well. You know what? Maybe I wouldn't need to go to Minnesota. Maybe I could just do it over Zoom. You do a lot of shit over Zoom these days, but if we gotta go to Minnesota, we'll go.
Me at all whatsoever, and the same for Xavier. It's a little different now with Xavier because I'm pregnant. So we were walking over. I had to do a number 2, which I can't do in the tent where they keep me. Yeah, I can't do number 2 in the tent. Only number 1. I think the mouse is just like a plaything. You know how you give like kids fake phones or whatever, make them feel like they're doing something? That's Xavier. I want to put a bunch of blankets on you. You can pretend to work with your fake mouse. So we had to walk to find a store that was open where I can go potty. And I told Xavier, I'm already contracting. Let's grab some food so that we don't have to, be walking around throughout.
I don't know.
We didn't finish, but we did a few more.
Have I checked out the Laura mortician lawsuit? I think actually someone did show me that. And she had this fucking crazy lawyer who said that like they could fucking take her fairy shit down, which I don't think is right. And everyone was kind of laughing at him. I'm sure like the Gala sisters could find a lawyer like that though, who's just like, yeah, nah, I'll take this case. I'll take your money, Gala sisters. The other problem is though, like the Gala sisters have no fucking money. So I think it would be really hard for them to find a lawyer willing to just kind of fuck around with them, because I think any lawyer in the right mind will realize that they can't win this on a contingency basis, so there's no point in taking it, right? I would probably have a better bet getting a lawyer to work off contingency than they do, but I'll just take out another line of credit or something if I got to do that. It'll be all right. Everything. I don't think they can fuck. I think they're just gonna call it quits. That'd be the smart thing to do, Gala sisters. Call it quits. Call it quits while we're ahead, per se. because a lot of shit's been coming out, right? And I got more shit. Got a lot more shit, but I'm getting tired, you know? So like, just like chill the fuck out, take the strikes off, and we can go back to just laughing at your silly antics instead of trying to ruin your world here. You know? It's my advice.
Again, sponsors, you don't understand how much it means to me. Xavier said, you know, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, not a damn thing. I want you to commit to bringing my children their Christmas gifts with me and making sure that they get them and that I get to at least hug them and hand them their gifts. That's the only thing that I want for Christmas. So that's what we're doing. On the way to Target, I have under $300.
I mean, it's like reflex at this point. I know they're not sisters. I got to get out of the habit of calling them sisters. The gallagobity goops. That's what they are.
So total, that's savings, checking, assets, you know, $300 total. And I'm getting complete.
Well, that's more than tens of assets. You got hundreds of assets. If we're counting $1 as an asset,
Reamed out by a homeless man on the corner because I won't donate. You can count the number of times I've not donated. I've walked by a person and not given them 10 to 20% of what I had in my pocket on one hand with fingers left over. I'm a very generous person, and I turned back at the man and I said, you know,
I said some kind of nonsense as my phone glitches. Whoa, look at her nails. How did that happen? It's like a fucking lightning bolt almost. Veilstorm, thank you for the $2 super sticker. Can I see what they are? I should be able to. If I do, oh, hold on. I'll pull it up here. Oh, it's a heart. Thank you.
I said, I'm living in a tent. I don't even have access to indoor plumbing or a restroom, and I can't remember the last time I took a full shower head to toe. I'm 32 weeks pregnant, being denied medical care, and I have 3 children who I need to provide for. I'm pretty sure humble is not the problem here. I said, you need to stop harassing people on the street. I have always been such an advocate for people. Ask for money if you need it. You know, I don't call them beggars. You're sitting outside of the grocery store, you're having a hard time, you want to ask people for their change, whatever. But if someone not only tells you I can't afford it, but then goes on explaining why is not a requirement. Explaining why, me explaining to someone why, is out of kindness and compassion. I don't want you to think I dislike.
Is Xavier tapping his fingers like that? Because I see her fingers, they're not moving. He's like, what's going on, Xavier? Maybe Xavier's feeling nervous. He's nervous, but on the surface, he's tapping his fingers. He does not like sound calm and ready, at least.
You. I don't want you to think you don't deserve it. I want you to understand I personally can't do it and why. How dare you continue to argue with a 32-week pregnant woman who tells you she can't afford it and that she has 3 other children a week before Christmas? You know, so this is the type of thing I have a problem with.
You know what? You're right. He is probably making beats. Like, he's just practicing. He's practicing his rolls, his gallops. That might be it. Maybe he's gonna get into heavy metal. That'd be interesting.
Or any neighborhood. But don't be an ignorant asshole, you know, accept no when they say no. And all of this goes back to one of the blog posts that I wrote in 2020 called Good Sales Only. And this applies to everyone. I would love every person in sales to read this document that I wrote, Good Sales Only. If you're doing energy sales, if you're doing car sales, if you're doing
Honda Civic sales,
any sort of sales at all whatsoever, there are morals and values and ethics. Give me a second. Thank you so much.
No problem. For 2210.
Okay, can I please have back a 5? Oh my God, I suck at math. No, a 4 singles and a 10. No, wait, not a 10, a 30. And a, what am I saying?
I don't know, Heather. How much money are you giving this lady? It's frozen, by the way. I don't know if we're gonna get an answer. Hold up.
I'm calling. I filed numerous police reports about this. This is horrific.
I hope she tipped her at least something. Going on about, I don't give my money to fucking homeless people on the streets, but a person doing their fucking job, I'm not gonna tip them. I'm just gonna give homeless people money so they can do their drugs and shit, you know?
Harassment. Anytime I go live, this is what I'm dealing with. So if I look distracted, it's because there are people telling me to kill myself actively while I'm on a live broadcast. So
I think it's because you can't do math. And that's probably one of the reasons you're homeless in a tent. Maybe.
anyways, guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. How far are we good?
Don't be bullied. And just thank you to everyone who has continued to contribute. I got this bag, this Frida bag, $40 for $11. And I have nothing to bring home, like to put the stuff to go home from the hospital in. I ordered a bag, but I might return it. It was $30 and I can't really afford that right now. So
why are you buying bags if you don't have anything to put in the bags? What are you talking about? Like, remember when Winnie the Pooh had like a empty fucking... Oh, wait, no. Winnie the Pooh gave this empty fucking pot, this honey pot, to Eeyore, I think. And Eeyore was like, I'll put nothing in there and I'm gonna hate my life. That's what she's doing with these bags. Why are you getting bags? You got nothing to put in them.
I might use this bag instead. I got the kids some stuff at TJ Maxx, 2 outfits each. I still have to go grab a couple last minute things. I always like to get my kids the basic socks, underwear.
She needs multiple bags, Your Highness. Multiple, you know?
A few fun things, and I haven't been able to get any of the fun things. Thank you so much. Thank you. You took yours, right? Okay, yeah. Thank you. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna rebudget. We got an omelet and potatoes that we share between the two of us, so I don't go out to eat and just splurge. $20 will last us for food for the day until
Dun, 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 dun,
again. I do want to press charges against everyone involved. 100% yes. I've given neither my consent nor my permission for myself or my children to be involved in any of this nefarious bullshit. And for those people who continue to call me and text me and message me and say all of these harassing things, I want to prove to them that I do have rights and that everyone has rights, and that anti-bullying or kindness and compassion are campaigns that we launch strategically in the kindergarten years or pre-K years, because we want our children and our members of society
No, I can't say anything.
who are productive and welcome to learn those behaviors first. No matter income, no matter the way someone looks, no matter what they can do for you, they deserve respect, compassion, consistency, and to be protected. So I do want to press charges against everyone involved, and I've said that every single day since this began in 2019.
I think she thinks a lawyer's going to see this or something and be like, oh, she wants to press charges? I'm going to go get the big case, guys.
Are now in 2023. So
wouldn't that be a crazy movie? Like this incompetent lawyer is like, if you don't win, if you don't get this firm a big case by this date, then you're fired. And then this is like the only case that this person can get. And then they got to make it work together. Like they both know they're kind of fucked. Like he's like the worst lawyer in the worst fucking case. And like it's Heather. But then somehow like they make it through and it turns out being this crazy thing. We could write this story. We could sell it to, there's like a writer's strike. Is that still going on? I'll take like fucking $30 for the script. I want to see this made.
You guys have
Steve come back. Wait, what? Am I gone? Wait. Is my stream being crazy? Hold on. Hold on. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just... No, I see myself. Can I hear myself? Hopefully not. No, I'm good. I am good. Thank you, Salty. I'm good. I don't know what happened. It's over now? I glitched for one little second. Maybe I do need a computer. What am I talking? I'm trying to pay attention to you guys because sometimes I get too distracted. I'm focused on the Heather shit, and then sometimes I don't know what the fuck Heather's saying. Anyways, no, I thought my stream does some crazy shit sometimes because my internet, my computer, everything is $10. Yep, $10. We only got like a minute left of this anyway, so I think this is pretty much over. We got 10 seconds. Let's see what she's got. Let's see what she's got.
Have a great day. Babe, do you want to say hi?
Xavier, look, and look at him. He looks very Xavier-y. Xavier-y? What's he saying? Hold on. Come on. Give him more. I guess we only got 10 seconds. What was I expecting?
Have a good day, guys.
All right. That's it. That's the Heather stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it this week. I appreciate y'all coming out. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow, if you guys want, we could do the that car chase that I've never seen the whole 44 minutes of, where she apparently calls the cops and asks them if that was a real cop, and they were like, I can't confirm nor deny, but you should probably just come to the police station. Then we can watch like the her in the house and the cops showing up there as well. BCG is not dying anymore. Isn't that great, guys? And what else? No, I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about, Kenny. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a great night. And yeah, if we want to do, I guess, that chase tomorrow, I don't have anything. I don't have anything else planned, really. Oh my gosh, thank you, Candy Brox, for the $9.99 super sticker, the $10 super sticker. I gotta see. It's a cute dancing Dogecoin dog with little guy with little fans, I think. But yeah, have a great night, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow, and take care. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic holiday. If you celebrate Christmas or you don't, whatever you're celebrating, I hope you guys are all doing well. Goodbye.